do you want to stream?
That's my toilet.
World of Warships.
World of Warships. All right.
And we are live.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, once
I know. I should probably
once,
leave.
once I get the capture card, we can actually cross console them. They don't go PC to console, but all the consoles play in the same server. So.
Console to PC, huh?
I'm still irritated that they don't cross console, but what are you gonna do?
Complain
about it.
Yeah. Thank you. You just you were like my echo right there. Oh man, I gotta go get another beer. I'm all out. That's boring. God damn it! I love this sound so much. It's just like, my God. Can you hear it, Mitch?
In your pants, Joseph.
You can hear it, right? Okay, good.
Yeah, but just keep it in your pants.
That's like when, it's like when you open up a Fanta, like that sound.
It's like playing cards with my cousin's kids.
I didn't know for the longest time that was Billy Bob Thornton. I was like, what? No way, dude. Because he looks kind of larger than usual. So, and just, I don't know, it just did not register for the longest time.
One of his first roles. He was real young then.
Yeah, he sure was. I love that movie. That is really a fun movie. But unfortunately, like, Johnny Ringo did not know Latin. It's not accurate, but it's so entertaining.
One of my favorite movies ever.
Same, dude. I've watched Tombstone so many times, and I've been there. Dad and I went there. We actually saw the exact room where Wyatt Earp's brother died. The exact area. And the lady talked about how people will come in here with dogs, and because it's a store now, and the dogs will go right towards that back room. And she's like, it is super weird. And got to see like where the gunfight was, got to see Boot Hill. And then I was like that was just tripped me out. This is a cemetery that's been here since like the 60s, 70s. I don't know. It's so cool, man. What a cool town.
I have the director's cut on my external hard drive.
I've never seen that. I'd like to see the director's cut.
Huh. Zero, welcome aboard.
Hello, everyone.
Did you say Zero?
Zero Piro.
Hey,
Zero.
Yeah, unfortunately, Zero, that there will be no compatriots in the stream other than moral support, because this is not a cross-platform game.
We are here for verbal and moral support.
Gonna be mostly lurking.
Jordan, you want to build, or you still want to solve?
Lurk away, my friend.
I don't know. I don't know if because I factory reset the Xbox, so I still got to install stuff. I got to change my DNS. I got to sign in, like bring up all my accounts and all that stuff. And so I don't know. I might just wait till tomorrow because my dad's going to be here tonight. He's been gone for about a week, and I think I'm going to drink some beers and hang out with him.
Welcome aboard.
Ever since Nala passed away, it's just like, I don't know. I just want to.
Cloud.
Yeah. My anxiety. You know how OJ separates orange juice?
Have this game,
that's how my anxiety is. It's like
so I still don't
the
have
anxiety is like a sedative that floats to the bottom, and then when someone like that I really love, like
I'm more than happy to teach you anytime you want, Zero.
Someone like my dog dies, it just mixes all of that up. And it all comes to the surface, and it reminds me of my brother, and it reminds me of my mom dying. And it's just like, ugh. And then
I know how you feel.
So this kind of like lately, I've just really been closer to family. Just like, all right, you guys aren't going to be here forever. Spending time with grandpa, grandma, dad, stuff like that. It's just, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's like I want to game with you guys. I love talking to you guys. I love gaming with you guys. But lately, I've just been like super close to family. And God damn, man, I want to get another dog, but I gotta still kind of wait. I gotta take some time. But man, I miss her. She's just so cool. I hope your dogs live a long time, Mitch. All 3 of them. I think it's 3 of them. Is it 3 of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bandit Riley and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, they're talking about Poppy that much. So.
Dude, my memory's going as I get older. I just don't even can't keep track of anything.
That's better than what I was gonna say, because I was thinking dipshit. I don't know.
That might be it. That's a good dog name. Especially for a poodle. Especially for a poodle. That's a good dog name for a poodle. They're so
Oh, Mitch, is there
they're so
just
weird.
really quiet?
What a bunch of dorks
Hi,
those
Mitch.
dogs are. They're like smart, but just a bunch of dorks. God, man, I love them. Weird hair and just weird personalities. Yeah, dipshit. Sit, dipshit. Good boy. Roll over, dipshit.
Hey, RP.
Hey, Brianna, welcome aboard.
Be like, hey, baby, you want to meet my dipshit?
Yeah. I've been training this dipshit for a long time.
It's the friendliest dipshit in town.
Literally.
I don't know. I could see that. I could see that being a dog's name, but after a while, I'd feel guilty about saying that. I'd just be like, I feel bad. I can't call you that anymore. I just couldn't do it.
Hey, dipshit.
Yo,
over
Zero.
here. Go fetch that.
What time is it? 8 o'clock. It's Sunday, which means the store closes at 9.
Sounds like we're going on a road trip.
I'm gonna use my Chevrolets. I've had 4 beers. I don't drink.
Yeah, you're not driving anywhere.
Nope, I don't do that. Never. Last time
into the fridge to get another beer.
Last time I did that, I was like 25, and then as soon as I got home, I was like, that was super stupid that you did that. Like, you've had 2 Long Island iced teas, and you actually made it home safe. Like, never again. And that was the last time I did it. I was like 25, super stupid. Ugh.
Hey, you are stupid.
Hello,
Yeah.
Peter.
I was driving at like 2 a.m. too.
Hey,
so there's
Bud
no one-
Files, welcome aboard.
There's no one around except cops. I got lucky.
Would have been.
Hello,
Yes,
Bud
a Geiger
Files.
counter will. Wait, that's how I locate my cops. The Geiger counter, they are radioactive. You gotta be careful. Stay away from those cops.
They are active on the radio, yes.
Radioactive, that's what that meant, yep.
Didn't make it make sense.
Everything doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Sure doesn't.
Polygon.
Hello, Bud Files.
Yeah. We are.
Hello, Brianna.
Are you calling me an NPC?
Everyone's an NPC.
I probably am. Just an NPC. That's fine. I just like it's simple.
Sugarcoat things.
Some people just don't know how to keep it simple.
That's what I'm saying.
Or as soon as they try to keep it simple, it scares them.
Yeah. I think that's how my ex was. I think. I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes when you change, you find out things about yourself that you don't want to, or maybe, I don't know, kind of freak you out. Maybe not. Maybe when you change some great things, you find out great things. It just depends. Change is not easy to say. Like, hey, just change, just do this. Like, oh yeah.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, sometimes.
Very much so. Not always though. Sometimes you just gotta get off your ass and make the change happen. But other times, yeah, easier said than done. Oh, like finding a job or
That and yeah, Wednesday she wants to take the day off. Go drive down there to get one.
Oh yeah. Man, if I didn't hate needles, I would do that too. I got to do my yearly blood test here. Or no, wait. I actually already did my yearly blood test. I already forgot that. Holy crap! I was thinking about last year. Jeez, time flies. So I already did my yearly blood test. Now I'm waiting for the results to come back. Good God, dude. The older I get, it's just like warp speed. Time goes by so fast.
You know, I'm the one who's supposed to
said
forget
something about
everything.
the people joining you being here for moral support.
Actually, see, the thing is I'm
Yeah,
actually pretty...
the guys in voice aren't playing. They're just here to enjoy my company.
You have a better memory than I do, probably, because the reason I have such bad short-term memory loss is because I smoke or I vape quite a bit of weed. And the thing is like, that helps me to forget, like if I'm going through anxiety and I'm all kind of stoned and like dwelling on something, then I'll get short-term memory loss and I'll forget the thing I was dwelling on that gave me anxiety. So that's why sometimes herb's kind of nice, because
Oh, that's what
I'll
you
just
meant.
like,
Okay.
I don't know if it's PTSD or something, I'll get fixated on something and then I'll just get so stoned I'll be like, I don't even know what I was thinking about. I'm like, right on, let's go for a walk.
Can I join you guys in voice?
It's actually really helpful.
Yeah, sure, Zero.
Even though I don't smoke it, I still forget some things. Like, what the fuck was I thinking about?
Yeah, just as long as the short-term like memory loss doesn't affect your everyday life and like doing things. And,
Thankfully not.
yeah, same here. But I always write stuff down. I've got a whiteboard, a corkboard. I keep lots of notes, keep track of stuff. Very organized. Probably the German side of me. I don't know. I'm gonna switch hoodies. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You're running slow. I'm already wearing my hoodie.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Okay, a little.
No.
Okay, there we go. Hey guys.
Zero!
Now I don't have to get a headache trying to listen to you guys, because you guys are so quiet I can barely hear.
People who are talking very quietly. You will never know. Oh, hey everybody.
It just, I get a headache if I have to struggle too hard to do something. Who's the new person in chat? In this chat.
That's a boo.
Oh. Abu.
Oh, that's
That's
her.
my gamer tag.
Nice of them to slam into you like that instead of stop it. I have fun. Talk about you, Rob. That shit, slam them like that.
Hey, Zero, anytime you want to learn how to play, I'm more than happy to give you a hand. I don't know if I have any first-tier ships left. I usually don't play down at that level, but usually tier 1, 2, and 3 you sail through quick.
Okay.
that game still free?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. The ocean doesn't look as realistic as Sea of Thieves, but still, it is fun to play.
Well,
More
you
stable
play
than
for
Sea of Thieves.
you play from a lot further away from the ship than you do in Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. But Mitch has a point. It is more stable than Sea of Thieves.
They really nuked the shit. It's like they're just experimenting to see what they can get away with.
You know, I was listening to G this morning. I caught a chunk of
I missed her stream this morning. They didn't give me YouTube didn't give me a heads up.
She was talking about how people in Sea of Thieves now are taking advantage of certain bugs and like parking next to certain islands, waiting for something to trigger some event or something, and then they can kind of swoop in on them and shit like that.
Exploit.
Yeah, and I was just like, that's sad.
I know.
I mean, it's on them. It's on the devs for fucking up the game.
Yeah.
So.
See,
And the fact
that-
that they're taking everyone's doubloons away. So it's
That's
like,
that's the thing. That's the thing about exploits. Like, if I want to get up to a really high rank quick in like Helldivers, I know how to do that because of exploits. If I want to get cash really quick in Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption Online, I know how to do that because of exploits. But I'm not cheating. I'm not using any hacks. I'm not like, like being a PvP dick
Yeah,
or
it's a
anything
loophole.
like that. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
the devs
what
didn't see
she was
this.
talking about sounded like she was talking about camping and shit like that. Doing it through exploits.
Oh, did you say PvP?
Camping, yeah.
Oh,
Through
okay.
exploits somehow. Yeah,
Ah.
in Sea of Thieves, somehow there's some exploit, I guess, where they park themselves at a specific location or something.
Mhm.
I don't know how it works, but she was talking about it.
And does she use? So I mean, if they're using an exploit to get ahead in PvP or something or get kills, it's like, what's the point? There's no kill-death ratio in that game,
yeah. Was this GTA?
Yeah,
Got
GTA.
mud
Yeah, GTA's got the KD. If people get obsessed with it, they need to go out, touch grass, and find a woman.
Literally, like that one video I sent you where the dude just it was from Professional, and how the dude kept offing himself because he was afraid of dying.
Yeah, take the easy way out. So stupid. Why was that added to the game in the first place? They should have just did with GTA like they did with Red Dead. The passive, or no, what was it?
Defensive. Defensive
Yeah,
mode.
defensive. Yeah, thank you. Yep, that's much better, I think.
Oh yeah.
It's so interesting, man. Rockstar's like, we do not promote any sort of trolling or anything. We think that's bad.
Meanwhile.
like, leave players alone. It's like, what are you talking about? Your whole game promotes it. Like,
Jeez.
sorry,
Delusional.
that's a car. But yeah, it's like your whole game promotes it. Like, you're a criminal. You can see everybody on the map. Like, you come out with vehicles where it's easy to just crap on other players. Like, what are you
Yeah,
talking
like-
about? You liars.
It used to be just a literally standalone gangster game. Go around, cause trouble, and do jobs here and there.
Until the
That-
online stuff came around.
Yeah, the evolution of the online is mind-blowing. Like, it started out, you're like this thug, kind of a gangster or criminal street thug trying to make a living, and then
Yeah.
it goes to like, all right, I'm a street thug that's got some power, and then it goes to like, all right, now I've got like, I'm pretty much like, I've got like a superpower, like I've got, tanks and a huge like mansion, and then it goes to like James Bond villain, like I can kill, I can kill you from the sky with an orbital laser. It's like, who thought that was a good idea?
And then to top it all off, flying broom.
The Oppressor
what?
Mark II. Oppressor Mark II, man. Worst thing ever created.
What?
Literally,
If I want to fly a broomstick, I'll play Hogwarts.
They literally, so the first iteration was a motorcycle that's able to fly, but the
Yeah.
cost of it is
Oh
that
my god.
Dude,
it
but
was
you,
added
that's
in the bunker DLC.
yeah, but it was hilarious though. It was hilarious
Yeah,
because the
I mean,
rockets.
Driving the APC,
Yeah, and
they
the
would-
rockets were the rockets weren't super accurate, and people would come at you all hard, and then they'd fly into some kind of a billboard sign and kill themselves, and you just die
You know what
laughing,
I never
dude.
understood is how
Hilarious.
Saints Row never took off as big as GTA, but it's still
Because it's more fantasy, and GTA is more like realistic. I think that's
Yeah.
why.
Sure, but still, like, they're basically the exact same thing, just one's more realistic,
See, okay,
more sci-fi. Like,
here's the other
there's
like.
almost no difference.
Well, see that's where I would disagree, because I say, like, Saints Row is a fun game and it feels like I'm playing a game, but Rockstar, like with
I'm
RDR2,
not
they
talking about
spent
the first one. I'm talking about Saints Row 3 and 4.
any of them.
Those two
It's
specifically
because they wanted to
are
abide
just like
their whole
GTA 5.
fans.
Yeah,
To
but
abide, like, to their one community where it's like, oh, futuristic and stuff, and then the other one, and
Here's
that's
the
what
thing.
led to their downfall for the reboot.
Yeah. See, I've played all of the Saints Row games, and the thing is like, you compare them to like GTA or let's say RDR2 online, and like Rockstar spent 8 years creating that game, and there's like that like stuff like, well, GTA 5 used to, it doesn't anymore, but like RDR2 can get you so like sucked in that, I mean, like, you forget that you're playing a game. It's just like the vibe is so real and so good. And with Saints Row, I always just kind of felt like I was playing a video game. But Rockstar, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I'm in the 1800s. I just spent 8 hours playing this. Holy crap, this is so cool. Like when I take my horse into a cold area, his balls shrink. Like, what? Like, who came up with this like realism?
Yeah,
This
small
is-
little details that actually are cool. I think another game that really did that for us was Breakpoint, because we were just like, all right, we'll play like this, this, and this, try to clear out a base all stealth-like, while under the radar. Really entertaining.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
I don't know, I personally found Saints Row 4 to be more fun than GTA 5.
Yeah, I liked all of them, except for the reboot. They really fucked up the reboot. Jesus, good lord in heavens. It's unfortunate that George Lucas passed away. The recent one that they came out. it's the
George
recent
didn't
one.
pass away.
Oh wait, no, that's another guy. It's the Lucas. Is it? I'm trying to remember a professional video about it. Is it Lucas Miller? He was the director of the game for Saints Row franchise. The creative director. He passed away, unfortunately. He passed away when they were making
Oh,
the
you're
reboot.
not talking about Bat Out of Hell, are you?
No, the recent one that they released a few years back that did so fucking terrible. Saints called Saints Row.
That's when they closed down, right? After that game.
Yep, that's when
Yeah.
Volation closed down because it did so terribly.
Sorry, I was gone for a
Really?
second.
I didn't know that.
I had to buy beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Look
like
up
totally gone now.
Look up the professional's
Damn.
video about it. He did a full review about it,
Yeah.
and it's just terrible.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that game
Yeah.
was gonna like make or break Saints Row, and it broke it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah,
honestly.
like that's what happens
That's
when you add a new
unfortunate.
crew, unlike the old crew, which we were used to, like Shawnee, Gat, Carlos, Pierce, and then the boss, and then you got this totally new crew that's just like you're not gangsters, you're just like college kids that trying to pay for your
Wait,
fucking
what?
They were trying to pander. They were trying to do the whole, like, they were pandering to everyone, gays, lesbians, this, that, the other.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
it was just, it was this
Oh.
weird kind of like woke thing. I mean, I don't have any problem with gays
Yeah.
and lesbians, but the way that they went about it felt unnatural.
Mhm.
It didn't feel
Ooh,
They tried
organic.
to-
Okay, so the way I
they
look
try
at
to
it is
appease to
this. There's
everybody.
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with gays, lesbians, transsexuals, etc.
Yeah. I don't care what you're into.
When you're trying to push it down my throat as an agenda in a
Yeah.
video game, that's different.
Yeah. Or if
Yeah.
I'm at the bar and you're grabbing my ass and I don't know who you are, that's different. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Like,
no,
but
what
other
I
than
mean
that, I
is
don't
like
care.
I don't even mind if games have trans characters, gay
No,
characters, etc.
me either. Yeah.
It's when you're using it in a political way that I'm offended and I want nothing to do with it.
When you're
It's just
trying
that-
to make me accept your message as the only
Yeah,
truth.
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know if Saints Row was doing that. It's just the story was bad. It's just hard to get
It's-
into it, and it was weird. You know,
Yeah,
it just
like
didn't. It didn't feel organic like RDR2.
like it
you know?
wasn't as linear as like the first one, the second one, the third one.
You don't want to be
It was
too
completely-
linear.
Yeah,
It was
I've
completely
So that means
like
so there
a
must
new
have been what, like 6 Saint Rows then, because there was Saint Rows 4, Saints
Wasn't it
Row
5?
4, then there was Saints Row Gat Out of Hell.
first, second, and
There-
Gat Out of Hell, then the third one, then the remaster
Then
of the third
4.
one, then
Holy crap!
4, which you're the president with superpowers, which was actually kind of
Yeah.
cool. And then
Oh, yeah, it's
the downfall of Saints Row. And the fact that it's like a desert map that's like doesn't, you don't even go to that part of the map, it's just fucking absent. And then you got the rural map, which
interesting.
is like over here, which majority of the shit you're
See,
having.
I love 4. 4 to me is the best one because, yeah, you're the president of the United States. You started as a criminal gangster, worked their way up to becoming the president of the United States, and then immediately after becoming president, you get invaded by aliens.
Yeah. That's actually
It's great.
I really did
I love it.
Yeah.
And the fact
then
that you
the
get
way
all
they
the
did the
clusters and
alien
upgrade
invasion
towers.
was very not War of the Worlds. What's that one with the Martians that
Mars Attacks.
yes, that's it. They
That
made
one.
it as much like Mars Attacks as they possibly could. It
Yeah.
was so awesome. It was great.
And see, the thing that made GTA so popular is they make fun of how our country is. You know, how we eat like a cheeseburger with 10 stacks of meat on it, and there's these politicians
right.
that say this like whack crap and all that, and so they would I mean, I guess it was like satire, but they would kind of like take the like modern like US and kind of, you know, go like times 10, like just kind of, you know, yeah, and they would make fun of it that way, but
Crank
like
up the absurdity level a little
yeah,
bit.
yes,
There
but
you go.
now our country is actually that way. Now our country is
Yeah,
really
right.
that way. So it's like, what's GTA 6 going to be like? Is GTA 6 even going to be good? Because like this is
Yeah.
real life now.
Like, what
Yep.
the hell?
It's
I
kind of
don't know,
scary.
it's supposed. Well, from what I've seen of little tidbits, clips here and there from it,
Looks good.
so far
honestly.
graphically it looks awesome.
It does. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I
That's
can't.
how Saints Row was too. Like they upped the graphics and it looked good for the
Yeah.
remaster.
Yeah, like graphically it looks good.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Saints Row was going to pull like a, you know, Cyberpunk 2077, because like when that game came out, it sucked ass, and then they improved it and all that stuff, and I thought Saints Row was going to be the same thing, and then it just slowly collapsed like a flan in a cupboard.
Ever since
It's like-
their lead director passed away, then.
Oh, is that
and
what
then-
it was?
Oh, and then also that in the professionals video, the fucker who was the creative writer, they weren't allowed to convo with the other teams.
Why?
So I don't know. It's fucking. You have to watch a professionals video about it, Jordan. He goes into
That's
depth
weird,
about
yeah.
it. Because if you don't talk about it with like the other teams and how it's like you're only leaning it one way, which is like very, very bad formula.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally agree.
Right. I mean, how can you make a game without communication between departments? That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
Too many cooks.
They
Too
didn't- they
many cooks.
So there can only go on his word because he's the one that only had the say. So he's just like, well, what the fuck?
See, that's the thing. Sometimes when it comes to stuff like that, big AAA stuff like that, is you have too many cooks in the kitchen, and sometimes people just need to f off and let you know. And then I don't know. It's like,
Yeah, that's actually what Professional said in his video review
Yeah.
about it.
yeah,
Is just there's if there's no communication between the crews, then only this guy only has say, and it's going to be a bad game, and that's what it turned out to be.
Yeah.
The fact that you're new cast, new characters, and you're trying to be gangsters, but it's just so cringy and shit. And if your fans were used to the old crew, grew up with the old crew, and all of a sudden you just throw in this new crew that's just like, that we don't even know, like, who the fuck are you guys?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I feel that.
I just think I think that's sad what happened with
Saints Row.
Saints Row.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I said, I really saw a bright future for Saints Row
Because-
when 4 was made. When they made 4, I was like, dude, this game's got it going. Like they're doing good.
Yeah, they had a good
And then you're telling me they tried some remake and destroyed it. And it's like, man, that sucks.
It does suck. Mitch, wasn't it them that made Red Faction?
I think so.
Because Red Faction was a great game for its time. First person, and then like destructible environments when a lot of games didn't have it. Like that game was crazy cool. Cool vehicles, great story. I thought they made Red Faction 1 and 2, but I might be wrong. I'll have to Google it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google it. Hey Siri, you suck ass. I mean. Red Faction. Yeah, Volition. No
What
way,
kind of
dude.
game was Red Faction?
So it was like this. I can't remember. It's been like honestly 30 years, like 20 some years since I've played it. But like it's kind of a first-person sort of a shooter game that just has like destructive environments and a really good story, and that's all I remember. Honestly.
How old?
Oh man, God, that.
And you made it sound like it was one of the early games to do destructible environments, so I'm guessing it's pretty old.
Yeah. So let me see. Like Resident Evil and Metal Gear, that was life changing for me. That came out in '98. I think this was more like 2000, 2001, 2002.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
a while
so
ago.
it's old. Okay.
Yeah. And maybe even 2005, but still, you know, definitely not past like 2005. That's when I graduated high school, and I played that game
I
before
will say
graduated.
that you know, modern gaming wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for them figuring out how to do destructible environments.
I know. Right? Yeah. And then, like, man, and like, you guys go back in time in your mind when consoles were coming out and they came out with the Sega Dreamcast. It's crazy how advanced the Sega Dreamcast was for its time. And one of the reasons
advanced, but
it cost $50 more.
Shit.
It cost $50
Well,
more.
That
right?
they didn't have great marketing. They had some severe competition to deal with.
Yeah, PlayStation.
They really didn't stand a chance, to be honest.
But that Dreamcast was so cool for its time. It blew my mind.
It was cool. Yeah, for sure.
But and then it cost like $50 more than the average console, and that you know. Some people just don't want to pay that.
Well, not only that, but you had PlayStation and Xbox getting all of the big titles went to PlayStation and Xbox. Nobody gave a shit about Sega.
Yeah. Yeah, what did Sega have, like Sonic or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Sonic and a few other small things, franchises.
Don't get me wrong, Sonic was really fun, dude. That soundtrack is still stuck in my head. Sometimes I want to shoot myself because I still have that soundtrack stuck in my head after like 30 years. But yeah, you're totally right. And then Nintendo had things like Mario Kart, which was one of the greatest.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, oh my God, dude, that was so addicting. Just crapping on your friends with it, and each person, you were playing on this TV that weighed as much as you do, and then you each had to share like four tiny
and you know
screens.
What else didn't help?
What tiny screens?
64, which used cartridges still.
Yeah.
had just as good a graphics as the PS2, basically.
Mhm.
So that made the Nintendo a huge competitor against Sega because you know, it was an amazing product, the 64. It really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, and the cartridges on the bottom had that kind of gold plating. So they're like, because I think they learned from the, because I had a Nintendo. This is showing how old I am. I had a Nintendo 8,
NES?
NES, yeah, and I don't think those cartridges had the gold kind of like
They
thing.
were copper, I think.
They all had gold.
I think.
Were
Atari
they?
started with the gold.
Okay, yeah, because the Nintendo
No, but
ones, I feel
what
like
about
they
Nintendo?
shit out
I
so
thought
easily.
Nintendos were copper.
Yeah, I thought they
No,
crapped
Before
out
they were.
easily.
Even the early Nintendos came with gold, but they went with such thin gold on the early Nintendo that repeated cycling would wear it down and the copper trace would get exposed.
Exactly, and it
Not only
would get
that,
exposed.
but moisture would damage it too.
Yeah, and the 64 games are like tanks, man. I mean, I throw one in and it still works too, you know?
But no, Atari figured out that you had to go with gold because their first units shipped with copper, and the copper would corrode just from humidity and make the game unplayable.
And you know what trips me out? I just gotta throw this in real quick, is that gold has been something that human beings have been obsessed with for the longest times. In the 1800s, you can find a gold ore, and then someone will kill you and steal that stuff, and you can't, it's too soft, so you can't turn it into any kind of a weapon. And it's just blingy, you know? It's like, why are we so goddamn obsessed with gold? Nowadays, it works in all technology and aerospace stuff. It's very useful now. But back then, it wasn't at all.
Well, you're partially wrong.
Why was it useful in the
They didn't just
1800s?
use gold, they mixed it with nickel.
But, yeah.
They copper, it's a copper finger on the NES cartridge. It's a copper finger that's plated with nickel and then coated with a thin layer of gold.
I'm just talking about like gold and its use with aerospace
So
and
what's the
technology
nickel
and shit.
for? Is the
And
nickel
chips
what
and stuff.
prevents the copper?
The nickel makes the nickel improves the durability of the copper.
Okay, so it's what keeps it from eroding and whatnot.
Copper is a soft metal.
Yeah, but it's just so interesting. Like, what good is gold to anybody in the 1800s? Nothing, except it can buy you a freaking huge ass mansion if you want. But now it's
And
like
look
used
pretty.
in everything. Now it's and look pretty. Thank you, exactly. But now it's used in like chips and technology, aerospace, everything.
Oh yeah,
It's crazy. Like people got gold fever back then to the point where they would kill each other over it. It's like what?
And it's not just those little fingers on cartridges. Like, you realize that all the traces inside your motherboard are gold.
Yes, absolutely.
So.
Right, you are,
It's
brother.
all over the place.
I was just gonna say that. You better
It's
stop
everywhere.
reading my mind. Yeah, exactly. It is everywhere.
I make my bullets go away.
In the ancient days, gold was valuable because of scarcity.
Right.
But then shouldn't platinum be even more valuable because it's even more scarce and it's.
They
like,
didn't know
hard.
about platinum.
Was that?
What's that?
They hadn't found platinum yet.
Yeah, so they didn't even know it existed, or.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That I did not know. Yeah, because like platinum's amazing. You can blah blah blah, do this and that. It's really rare, but yeah, okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that they hadn't even found it yet.
What's funny about that is some of the elements, they find them before they actually find them.
Yeah.
Like they figure out that it exists before they ever see proof of its existence.
Yeah, exactly.
Just how that works is it's based on the atomic number. They know there has to be an atom that weighs this much. We just haven't found it yet.
And that's probably the same reason why they say that they know that people in the past, in past human existence, didn't advance as far as us because we don't see signs of like plastic and stuff. It's like, yeah, because maybe they probably figured out that plastic sucks ass. and we probably shouldn't
Yeah,
use it.
like maybe instead of using gold and copper based electronics and silicon, maybe they used some other technology that was far superior and more biodegradable that just disappeared over time.
Exactly right, you are. I know. I think about that same thing, and I think about maybe the pyramids being some kind of a power plant, and I think of Tesla and what he built being some kind of a power plant. That stuff trips me out.
What Tesla built was a way to transmit electricity wirelessly through the air.
Exactly. A power plant. Yeah, you get like Wi-Fi power. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, no, it's not a power plant. It's a power transmission vector.
Well, I mean, it's creating power. It's giving out power.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's taking power.
If it wasn't
from
there, you wouldn't have the
source.
power. Well, what's the source?
No, listen. No, okay. So the way the Tesla tower works is you send electricity into the tower, which then sends it out through the air to other towers.
And there needs to be an
it's
aquifer.
Not a generator. It's not a generator. It's a transmitter.
And it supposedly needs an aquifer underneath and beams that go down into the ground.
I don't know anything about that part. I just know the basics of it.
Yeah.
The very basics of it. But yeah, it's supposed to transmit electricity through the air.
Yeah, and that's what the you know how we see
and it works. From what I understand, it actually is supposed to work too.
And you know how we have the Washington Monument, which is based off of all those obelisks or whatever. I think the obelisks were transmitters. So like the pyramid would create whatever it created. Some people think you put an ark, like the Ark of the Covenant sort of a thing inside there, and then it. But I don't know. There's so many theories. It's just you could read all these theories till your head falls off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think the obelisks were maybe like transmitters. You know, like I've got a router, and then I've got a one of those extension pods that lets the internet go further throughout the house. And I feel like the obelisks are probably the same thing.
Here's something interesting, right? The Great Pyramid.
XDD, I say that all the time.
Top. Yes, it did.
The top was made out of gold.
Yeah, and the sides were actually smooth. It had these like capstones on there on the side. It was very different. Yeah.
What I'm saying is, let's assume you're correct in that they were generating power in some way.
Yeah.
If the whole top of it was gold, does that mean the entire top of the pyramid was then a transmitter for power?
I don't know. I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or what was that a way of collecting power, like from lightning strikes?
Yeah. Yeah. See. Yeah. And there was another guy that when he made a scale like model of the pyramid, and he introduced two different chemicals in there, and it made like hydrogen or something, you know, that you could turn into some form of fuel, and that was really interesting as well, you know. And so my point, and I think your point too, is that like mainstream archaeology says the Great Pyramid is a tomb for the pharaohs. It's like, no, it's not. There's not anything on the walls that says that, and we've never found a sarcophagus in there, you know? Like, it's something else. It's something amazing. And the fact it's been there.
Well, there are people that believe that they weren't even made by the Egyptians, that they just took them out.
Aliens? Yes, the Egyptians found him. Exactly. The Egyptians stumbled upon that. And it seems like it's so crazy when you research that.
I don't know whether I believe that or not, but I've heard people say that is one of the beliefs, is that the pyramids already existed and the Egyptians simply took over them and started carving their legacy in the walls.
Yeah, and from what I heard, they came across.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. They came across them after the Younger Dryas catastrophe that happened like 12,000 years ago, supposedly. Like after that catastrophe, because we went through the torrid meteor stream, which we still go through in like October, November, and some other month. And I guess back then we went through a really serious part of it that was detrimental. And apparently, like a lot of the stuff coming out of the sky from this meteor stream is like pretty much like nukes going off. And there was a lot of them that hit where the ice caps are, caused a bunch of melting, which caused the floods. And every civilization around the damn planet has a myth about floods, about some crazy flood. Right. So And then 13,000 years ago, something happened. And then you hear about like Darren Kuyu, which like is an underground city carved in the rock. Like, and it's been there, if they think 10,000 years. Well, that would be a perfect place to hide if the world was going through the torrid meteor stream for a long time.
Underground, yeah.
Yeah.
Underground.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
evening.
It's fascinating, man. History is so
Yeah,
crazy.
there are. Well, I don't know if
Blows my
that's
mind.
the city I'm thinking of, but there are multiple cities like that that are underground
Yes.
cities
Yes.
that were carved into the
Yes.
very ground itself.
Yes.
And in
they
a couple of those cities, they
Yeah.
have round stones
If you look
Yeah.
at old
as
Ramsey
doors
statues, you
that they
can see
would
how they are burned.
roll side to
Yes.
side to block
Yes.
the doorway.
Yes, dude, you can like move these doors. It's almost like that guy what was his name? Skuldman or something. The guy down in Florida
The
that
one who
built
built
Odd
the
search
castle.
Uncharted
the
X.
Coral
out of-
Castle. Yeah,
out of
and
the
yeah.
Coral Castle, yep.
yes, sir, you're
Hope you had a
absolutely
good
right.
weekend,
And the
my
front
friend.
door,
He had
you could push it
multiple
open with
ton
your
ton
finger.
blocks.
Uh-huh.
He had blocks that weighed multiple tons that were
Yeah,
Leaving
so
this running in
precisely
background
balanced
while I
you could
shower.
move them with your finger.
yeah. His front door, you could
Sup, in
push
back
it
3
open
right
with
eyes.
his finger. And the guy was like 5'5", and it's like, how in the living F did he build that? And he built
I
it
want
for
to know
it.
too. I
He
want
built
to
it.
know how he did that.
When you research it even more, it says he built it for a woman. It's like, dude, just go buy her a car or something and then like show her a good night. Like, I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to build
Yeah,
Coral Castle
well,
for the babe. Like,
let's put it this way: if the woman was not impressed by his castle, then
Yeah.
he picked the wrong woman.
Heck yeah, dude. If somebody built me a castle, I'd be like, oh my god,
Well, especially
Those
in a
blocks
way
are
that
not nearly the size of the
modern
foundation
technology
blocks
can't
of the
easily
pyramids, though.
replicate.
yeah.
Back then, like, dude,
Yeah, and he said, he's like, I know how the pyramids are made. He's like, I understand now.
well, he had to have.
the
How
secrets.
else
Yeah.
did he get multiple ton blocks to balance perfectly on a central point and
Yeah.
spin and so on? Like, dude, he
Yeah.
knew something.
He knew
He
something,
had
dude.
some
That
kind of hidden knowledge.
I totally agree with you, brother. That guy is fascinating. Like that, like I can't think of his name. It's like Lee something Skuldman or something, and he's like 5'5" and built Coral Castle, for his woman.
Edward Leedscallen.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean he could have just bought her a Ferrari, but instead he decided to build a castle. Like that is dedicated, man. And if she didn't like that castle,
no, he
screw that
couldn't
bitch.
buy. He couldn't buy her a Ferrari. He had no money.
So he built her a castle.
Yeah. I was going to say that is dedication. And I know something about dedication because I walked over 400 miles in a week to go from one city to another to be with her. So.
Damn.
It took me a week to walk the 400 miles, but I did it.
400 miles to be with a guy? I mean, a chick? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. A chick, not a guy.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I heard that wrong. Dude, that's kind of like that song.
That must have been a special little bird.
Yeah, I thought she was at the time.
Well, hey,
she's
man.
Mary Sue.
Love is a very epic and strong thing, man.
Yeah. Very illusion.
Well, I would say very subjective too.
Yes, I agree with that statement. I don't know what I'm saying. Something like that. All right, now I'm gonna drink a half of ice.
Like you mentioned those monoliths, right?
Yes.
And the interesting thing about those monoliths
Mm-hmm.
is they were built as one solid piece cut from the stone in the ground and then lifted and moved to their locations.
Yeah, and there was.
And each one of them weighs God knows how many tons. I can't remember the weight on them, but it's an exorbitant weight.
Oh yeah, very.
No way in hell that they could have moved them.
Yeah,
there should have been no way for them to move them. Not in the way that was supposedly the way they claim it was done. There's no way.
Have you?
Not
So
possible.
I think it's outside of Teotihuacan, down in like South America somewhere, that they have one of those stones that they were cutting out of the mountainside.
And it cracked and then they left it.
Yeah, and it's like, how are they doing this? Like, what the
Yeah.
And then the mainstream theory, when you go there, I think it was there, when you go there, they make you watch a video on how they say it's done, where these people hit the thing over and over again with the stone. It's like you're gonna get arthritis. Your hands are gonna feel like shit after like 15 minutes of doing that. That's not how they did it. You know? I mean, are you kidding
Well, it's
me?
just like, how do you explain the saw marks and the tool
Yeah.
marks on the,
Oh,
on,
yeah.
the on the materials from
And-
those from,
yeah.
from things like the pyramid?
Yeah,
like
and
even on the pyramids. And stuff.
But yeah, and like down that one obelisk that was like not that we were talking about that got the crack in it. It looked like they were like melting, like scooping it out as if it were ice cream. You know, like they were scooping around it.
Interesting.
Like yeah, it's really
Yeah.
weird. Like it's almost like they had something that would like melt the rock
See,
or something. I don't know. I don't know.
still think, I don't know about that, but for moving the multiple ton rocks, I still think that they used sound waves.
Yeah, I've wondered about that too. The sound wave theory is very interesting. Very interesting.
I could see that being possible if they figured out how to make an instrument that
Yeah.
would create the correct sound waves. They could use
Yeah.
that to move things of unmatchable size.
Because they've already proved that it works. There was like an experiment where they had this small ball and there was a speaker or something, and they produced this certain sound wave / bass, and it floated.
The frequency.
Yeah, exactly.
And all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Everything
mind blowing.
has to be just right.
Just right. Yeah. See, you know, that's the thing. I think that the people who created the pyramids were way more advanced than we give them credit for. I don't even think they were hunter-gatherers. I think they were
Well, you've heard
beyond
of
that.
the batteries they found. What about the batteries they found?
Yeah. And the
in Egypt?
Baghdad battery?
And
The Baghdad battery.
That's what
for
I'm talking
example.
about. Those
yeah,
still,
exactly.
if you make it now, it still works the way it would have back then.
Exactly. Yeah, and doesn't it take like OJ and like some copper wiring? And
I think it's some kind of citric
Yeah.
acid and vinegar or something like that. Yeah, something
Yeah.
simple. It's
Yeah, and
something
it
really simple.
yeah, and it creates like a volt or two, or something.
Yeah, I don't
like
know the
that.
exact amount, but
Yeah.
it's a very simple production, and yet it works.
Yeah, it does. That's fascinating. Yeah, I think
And I've always believed that they had to have had electricity because there's that one symbol.
The light bulb?
Everyone is, yeah, that
The
everyone fights over, the light bulb. And I've
Dendera
always-
light.
To me, that is a light bulb.
Yeah, yeah, dude, I've
There's
heard.
no avoiding it.
No, there is no avoiding it. I've heard so many things. Oh, it symbolizes this. Oh, it's a giant penis
yeah.
or something. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? It looks like a goddamn light bulb in like
And there's a
in
wire running
hieroglyphs.
from the base of it, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
connected to something like a battery.
Yeah, and they can't explain exactly how, like, when they do work deep down in the pyramid, they can't explain how they had light down there because they don't see torch marks from like
There's-
fire.
yeah,
There's no soot
Yeah.
from working with candles or torches.
Right, no carbon deposits. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
You both are absolutely right. And the common theory is that they use mirrors to reflect light down there. I don't know about that.
I don't think so. I think they had a light bulb that they fashioned that
Yeah.
worked on those batteries, and they would
Yeah.
put all that shit down there, hook it up.
See, I think they were more advanced than we give them credit for, and I think they were advanced in the organic way, in a way that human
Yeah,
beings
yeah.
are supposed to advance, that doesn't rape
Yes.
the environment or give
Right.
people cancer.
Right.
You know, like electricity is great, but it's not good for our molecules. Like if you sleep next to like like one of those surge protectors or power strips, it's proven that it's not good for you. You know, and
Well,
so
you know, here's something you might not know. I know because I'm an ex-fish owner. I used to have a lot of fish.
Mhm.
And any fish owner will tell you that when you're placing your fish tanks, you want to avoid putting them too close to any high power sources like circuit breakers or outlets. You want to keep them as far away from the outlets and everything as possible.
Really?
Because
I didn't know that.
Because the fish sense it and it freaks them out, and they start acting weird when they're too close to electricity.
dude, that's a biological being just like us. So what does it do to us?
Yes.
I mean, that's crazy. I didn't know that. That's fascinating.
Oh yeah. I learned it the hard way because I had them in one area, and they kept acting really weird and doing really weird stuff. And I couldn't figure it out, and then I moved them to another area, and it stopped happening. And the only difference was that the area they got moved to wasn't as opposed to a high power source. That's the area they can fire.
So is it the magnetism that the electricity
I don't
puts
know.
out, or like?
I don't know. It's kind of like it's kind of like in a very high electricity environment, like a building
Yeah.
with lots of power going through it.
Yeah.
I could hear.
Like, yeah. Oh, dude, I know what you mean. Absolutely. Like, my friend used to live in this apartment complex that was like 20 stories, and he was on the 10th floor, and it's like I felt like I could feel like the electricity
Right.
and the energy. Like, I don't know. Like, anytime I'm in a big city, it's like, whoa. I can feel this. Like, it's just too.
Well, and then you got those
fucking
stories.
intense.
I don't know how true they are, but I've
Yeah.
heard stories about people living under power line towers.
Oh, yeah.
And how
Yeah.
they end up getting cancer and all kinds
Yes.
of weird shit. So
Absolutely.
I'm
Next
sure
to
that it
those.
probably does have an effect on us. I don't.
It
doubt
does.
one bit.
I've heard the absolute same thing when they live
Here's
next to
something
those
you may not
power
know
stations.
about our magnetic fields on the planet. This,
Hmm.
you may or may not know about this.
What's that?
When you sleep, you will sleep better if your head is to
North.
the north.
Yep, I know that. In my head.
However, if
Yeah.
you live on the southern hemisphere, it's the exact opposite.
My head's to the west. But I have
So,
heard
in
that.
other words, if you live in the southern hemisphere, you want your head to the south. If you live in the northern hemisphere, you want it to
Isn't that part of a feng shui kind of thing?
maybe, but it has to do
Thought
with
it
the
was.
magnetic field alignments and how
Okay.
it affects our bodies. It's kind of like
Is
how
that-
birds travel
Yeah.
using
Yes.
the magnetic field.
Yes,
It's
they do.
kinda
And
like that. Yeah.
there's not a lot of animals that do that. Like foxes do that. There's some birds that do that.
Okay, this guy's
Really?
gonna get his ship blown out from under
Oh,
him
no, wait.
too.
There's animals that use it in order to hunt, I think is what it was. And it's not a lot of them. It's just fascinating.
Right.
The like how are they tuned into that? Like what? That's crazy.
Well, I know how it works in birds. The ions in their brains align with the magnetic field, and that
Really?
tells their brain which way to go. Yeah,
Dude, that's fascinating. I love hearing that shit. It's so interesting.
it's crazy.
Uh,
I
yeah.
don't know the specifics. I just know that basic portion of it, that it has to do with how the ions in their brain align with the magnetic fields.
I don't understand how, and I feel like it's proven at this point that brain size doesn't matter. Like, look at
Right.
like there's
Oh yeah,
that.
dude, pigeons are super fucking smart, and I would have never guessed it. I watched a video a while back, and I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, they're so fucking smart.
Let's not say pigeons. Let's not say pigeons because they're pretty gross. Let's say crows. Crows. The whole like.
Crows are known to be smart, but pigeons,
Yeah.
nobody would expect a pigeon to
Dude.
be intelligent.
The corvid
are.
family, though, the corvid family, magpies, blue
Crows
jays,
are super intelligent,
ravens.
yeah.
They are. There's that
Yeah.
video where it like takes a tool and then uses that tool in its beak to get another tool, and then uses that tool to get food. It's like the fuck. Like that is crazy smart, man.
That doesn't surprise me, man.
No.
There's
and, like,
a experiment that they do with ravens and crows, where they'll put food floating in a test tube and rocks on the table,
yeah.
and the crows will put the rocks in the test tube to raise the water level,
Yeah.
so the
Oh, I
food will
saw that.
float up to the level where they can reach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I saw that. That is fascinating.
I've never seen that, but I believe it.
Yeah, and same with the octopus. Like it can easily go through a maze, no
octopuses,
problem.
They
I
are,
mean, they're-
they're not just mazes. It's like, I think I swear I heard somewhere once where someone said that somebody did an experiment with a
No, we lost this fight.
supposedly. I don't know how true that is, but I know they're good at puzzles. They figure shit out.
Yeah, no, yeah, I saw the video where there was food in a jar and it actually like opened it up and took the food out. And then
Nice.
there's that classic YouTube video of their camouflage. That is the most mind-blowing thing of all.
Well, that depends on the octopus. Not all of them.
Yeah,
have.
yeah, not all of them, but yeah. But still, it's mind-blowing. It's like, whoa.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know they're there until it lets you notice.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they have like, what is it, like It's like 2 hearts and then a brain for every arm or something.
Yeah, 8 brains.
Fuck, it's crazy. I wish I had 8 brains. I hardly even have one. I wish I had 8 brains.
Yeah, we hardly have any.
I'm jealous.
Well, you know, that goes into the whole thing of who's to say some of the other species of animals that live on this planet are even originally from this planet.
The octopus. From what I've heard, they can't.
I'm just saying, some
Yeah.
of them, there's some species that, who knows, maybe they're from elsewhere.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard about the octopus. They don't know what it evolved from. It's almost as if it just appeared in our oceans, and it's very alien in so many ways. You know, just like
It's
mushrooms.
got a beak like a bird, which
Yeah.
no other fish has.
Which is like the only bone in its body. It can squeeze into the
Yeah.
tiniest bowl. You know, giggity.
Shut up. You fucking mind reader, you better get out of my head.
Hey, we have the same brain.
No, I think Mitch is from a different planet.
Yes, he is.
Actually,
He's from Alpha Centauri.
Creator.
He's from the Zeta Reticulum, whatever, by Sirius B.
The Zeta Reculum?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's just like that one conversation you and I had, Odd, about aliens, where I said, it's not that I don't believe in aliens, and I don't believe they could. It's just that the likelihood is so low that I doubt it's happening yet.
But
and if it has,
Yeah.
nobody's going to know because our government sure as hell ain't going to reveal whether it's true or not.
I think
They
it's-
act like they are, and they reveal these little things and say, oh, see, this is real, but it's
Yeah.
nothing. It's a smoke screen.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Well, you got to be careful who you listen to. Like the people who are whistle blowers, like David Grush, I think his name was, and like Lou Elizondo and like Doty. I don't trust those guys as far as I can throw them. Really,
Well, I'm
like
talking about, like the government has been unclassifying stuff related
Yes,
to
they have.
so-called UFOs and aliens.
Yeah.
But
yes,
it's all
they have.
smoke screen. They're not going to reveal anything important.
No. Well, they might tell
Because
you
I
that.
don't think humans are ready. I think the government is looking at it from the perspective of humankind is not ready for that kind of knowledge.
Yes, it will have a effect on society and all that and this. But the thing is that it's like we're getting to the point you can see it in like films and like movies and just like disclosure's coming. They're gonna tell us that they exist, but they're not gonna tell us that they have the technology because it's a national security thing. They have to keep that technology secret because if anybody else has that technology, you're pretty much God. Because from what I've researched, those ships create a gravitational field around them. That's what they do. And when you have a gravitational field around you, you can do anything. Like you cannot be stopped. You know, and that's how they go from space to atmosphere to water so
that
easily.
would be the only way that a flying saucer could work, would be to create its own gravity field.
Exactly. Yeah, and some people, and then it makes me think about the Bell. You heard about the? Oh, I don't want to say the N. I don't want to say the N word, but the Germans in World War II had this Bell that was supposedly anti-gravitic technology. And if you look at a flying saucer, the bell looks like it's just the center part of a flying saucer. That I forget what and it's really interesting because if they were working on that stuff back then I can't even imagine how advanced we are now. Like we're so advanced, we've probably been to Mars and Venus and Uranus. You know, like I mean,
Well,
seriously,
everybody's
man.
been to Uranus.
I mean, if the bell is anti-gravitic technology that was supposedly reverse engineered from a crash that happened in the Black Forest in around 1938, but I mean, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, the bell is supposedly, from what I gather and from what I can see, is like the center part, like because the Germans had the Hanabu, supposedly the flying saucer. You can research it. And the bell would be the center part of that kind of a dome center area. Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about my UFO experience?
Mm-mm. You didn't get
So
probed,
when I
did
was
you?
12, no.
Okay, good.
When I was 12, I was in bed trying to go to sleep, and I heard this strange noise, and I felt this tingling sensation, and I got up out of bed, and I walked up to the window, and there were 3 lights in a perfect triangle hovering over my bedroom window.
Oh, yeah.
And the room filled with static electricity, and I started to float, and my hair stood straight up. I had long hair, it was down past my shoulders. My hair stood straight up on end, and I was levitated about an inch or 2 off of the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, it just, poof, it was gone that fast. Just a streak of light, bam, and it was gone. And I fell to
So-
the floor.
Was it just a black triangle with 3 lights, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
all it
that's
was.
That's supposedly something we've created. It's called the TRB3.
That I've heard that. I had a
Yeah.
friend who was military who tried explaining that he
Yeah.
saw them in person.
Yeah. Supposedly, like, I don't know if it was Lockheed or Skunkworks or one of those mother effers, but I think that's probably who it was created through. They reverse
But the way
engineered.
that it levitated me through static electricity like that
Yeah,
made it feel
yeah.
like it had something like what you're talking about, like its own gravitational field or something.
Yeah.
Something crazy or static field of some kind. I don't know, but
I mean,
and it was
yeah.
just hovering there. It didn't make a sound except when it left. It made kind of a whooshing sound as it
Yeah.
disappeared.
Well,
Just poof, and it was gone.
like
A streak of light.
there was Einstein and there was Rosenberg, and they came up with the Rosenbridge theory, which is essentially a wormhole. So,
Uh-huh.
I mean, that could be one way that they get from A to B really fast. And then also, if you're in a craft that has its own gravitational field, then you can go beyond the speed of light. Light speed doesn't even matter because you have your own gravitational field. Even if you're a biological form, like you can go beyond that because, I mean, the gravitational field, man. I think
I don't know.
it's like your own little universe in there. And I think you can go so fast you can't even imagine. I think that aliens can get here from, like, let's say they're coming from the Sirius B area or Pleiades or Orion. I mean, they can probably get here in like 30 minutes with the technology
I
they
have a
have.
feeling that even with your own gravitational field, it wouldn't be enough. That there are other factors involved in going the speed of light or faster that you would have to overcome.
Okay, well, maybe the gray aliens.
For one thing, people think of vacuum as being or as space as being a vacuum, which it is. But what they do not realize is that vacuum is not an empty vacuum. It is full of dust particles. And those dust particles, when you're
It's
traveling
not
at the
exactly
speed
a
of light,
vacuum
They're
either.
going to cause a lot of. They're going to cause a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Have you
If
ever
the
seen
Greys-
the space shuttle? Have you seen the windshield on the space shuttles that have come back from space?
Yeah.
That's just from dust. Quarter-size holes in the windshield caused by a fleck of dust.
My personal opinion is those gray aliens that everybody knows about, the 3-foot tall things with the big head and black eyes. I don't think they're actually biological. I think they're they're made, like they're a like kind of like cyborg like worker. Like that's all they are.
Oh,
like
see, I have a different perspective on that.
I don't think they're actually like a biological being, the Greys. And
I think
if they are, see,
I think
well,
they're us.
if they
I
are,
think they're us.
if that's scary, dude. I don't want to look like that. But wait. So if they're but hold on. If they're short and they have big eyes, right? So if they're shorter, they're 3 foot tall, then that means they're in a place that has a higher gravity. If they've got larger eyes, then they evolved in a place that has a twilight. There's not
light.
yeah. So maybe they're not from here then. You know?
Maybe. I don't know. Who's to say our planet won't be in that condition that sometime
that's
in
true.
the future, you know?
I can't argue with that, dude. There's a lot about that. Science is always changing. You know,
Because look at
you're
when the
absolutely right.
dinosaurs were alive, the
Yeah.
reason creatures were so big is the oxygen was so thick.
Yes. Yeah, spiders were huge, man. If I was alive back then, I'd
And
fucking shot
now,
myself.
because our oxygen percentage has depleted so much,
Yeah.
everything is tiny.
Maybe that was done intentionally.
Insects are tiny instead of being monsters like they were back during the dinosaur age. Like,
Yeah.
everything shrunk.
See, the two things I always come across is people say, well, if aliens created us, who created the alien? Well, maybe the aliens evolved
Well,
in
that's
a
the same. That was the same argument I gave you about God. Well, if there's a God that created us, what created that God?
Yeah, so if the aliens evolved in a place like we're in a shooting gallery where we get hit by asteroids, there's earthquakes, there's
Right.
volcanoes
Right.
and stuff like, maybe they evolved somewhere where it's absolutely perfect and their periodic table of elements is completely different. So like we started out with like the steam engine, internal combustion engine, solar
Right.
power, and then like or
Well, and that's
nuclear
another
power,
thing
solar
too.
power.
What
Maybe
you
they
just
evolved
said about
totally differently.
elements,
Maybe they evolved
there
totally
may very
differently.
well be elements on other planets that we will never know exist.
Exactly, and then maybe instead of us we started out with the steam engine, maybe they started out with something that flies because they have a different, completely different periodic table of elements. And then the other thing is, well, if aliens exist, why haven't I seen them? And I'm like, look, how many humans are on this planet? 7 billion, and how many ants are on this planet? The ant, the amount of ants is like 10 to the 10th billionth power. The chance of an ant seeing us in their lifetime is very rare. Why? Because we're not going out looking for ants. We have nothing in common with ants. We're not going to go sit on an anthill and talk about, talk about YouTube and Xbox and politics. Like that's not going to happen. And I feel like with ETs, it's the same thing. They don't fucking care. They're like, they just watch us. That's all they have to do is watch us. These are a bunch of chimpanzees with nuclear power. And it's scary, it's fucking scary. So like, that's why like we don't see them. They don't we're a bunch of dummies. Like they just sit back and watch.
I told you during our last conversation about this too. I agree with that. And I also think that, they probably, like I've said, and I'm convinced of this, they would see us as a plague.
Maybe they made us, though.
I'm just saying, I honestly believe that if aliens exist and they are here watching us, they see us as a plague.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Something to be avoided at all costs.
Yeah, and it's really weird that they started, after we split the atom and dropped nukes, that's when they really started showing up, which is really strange. So
not really. Think about it. Look at it this way. Think about Star Trek. When is it that the aliens show up in Star Trek? When they create the warp drive.
Yeah.
The aliens used it as a measurement to determine whether humans were ready to be involved.
So what if
and they did that with all other alien species. If they had warp drives, that meant they were capable of being involved, and they would say hello to them. What if nuclear is one of those stepping stones that they they've reached nuclear. Oh, let's keep an eye on them now.
Yeah, and then that's when that whole supposedly there's a landing where Eisenhower actually met with aliens. That's what that supposedly led to. Is that whole thing, and you can read about it. He supposedly went in because he had a chipped tooth, but there was hours where he.
Oh, shit. If you can hear me, I've got a call coming in. I'll be back. I won't be able to hear you. Sorry.
It's all good.
Hello?
Hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Huh? Oh, that noise.
What are you playing, Abushka?
Watch Simulator 2.
Still?
Yeah. I'm cleaning a mansion.
Hell yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm back.
What
were we saying? We were talking about
Something rear end.
Well, no, I was trying to think of what I was talking about.
Well, we were talking about why aliens would avoid us because we're destructive.
Right. Yeah.
And
I'm convinced that that's how they perceive us.
Yeah,
they at us, look at how we treat our planet and treat other animals and treat each other and say they're a plague, stay the fuck away.
Yeah, so what if the ones that showed up actually aren't aliens, they're just from this planet? Because the technology of the pyramids seems pretty amazing and advanced, especially if it's a sort of power plant. So maybe some sect of human beings after the Younger Dryas catastrophe broke away and went somewhere else and took that technology and advanced, and they're underground somewhere or in Antarctica or whatever, and we're on the surface with a bunch of morons, you know. Kind of, I mean, maybe they're just from here.
You know, that's one theory I've never really looked into at all.
Me either.
Hi Rob.
Me either
You
for
see
the
my
longest
DMs?
time, and then like lately,
I've
Hey,
never
Doug.
really looked into that.
because it's like
to
if
me, it just doesn't make sense.
I did.
It doesn't
well,
make sense
okay.
to me.
The only reason it makes sense to me is
I-
because if you
responded to the first one I saw.
if you have the intelligence and the know-how to create goddamn cars, if you have the intelligence and know-how to create something like the pyramids, like why would you not like do everything you can to make that go like live on? Like that is incredible knowledge to be like. We don't even know how the pyramids were
but
actually
Hollow
built.
Earth.
Yeah.
I can't buy a Hollow Earth. I don't.
No. Yeah, but I mean, I think there's cavities in there where you could probably like take
Now,
cover or
those,
something.
like those underground cities we talked about. Yeah, I believe in that. I've seen those. Those are cool. But there's no way the Earth is hollow because we wouldn't have a magnetic field.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But I just think like if you're so advanced, you can build something like the pyramids. Maybe you're so advanced that you can hide somewhere else.
An entire nation underground or something.
Exactly.
Like a fallout shelter.
Well, they always talk about the ocean thing, and the thing that always came to mind with me is like, let's say alien spaceship has its own gravitational field, right? Let's say you went underwater and activated that gravitational field to the size of a football. Maybe you would push all the water out of that area in the ocean, and then it would allow you to build some kind of a base or something like that, you know?
And to take that even further, we would never find it because we've only explored an insignificant scratch of our ocean.
Yeah, it's so true.
We would have no clue it existed.
We might find out because I guess we have like what was it, like sonar things that we put in the ocean to because like
we know about
the rest was a pissed off
of our
rant.
ocean, but we know like what 30-40% of our sky.
Yeah, we know more about the moon than we do the depths of our ocean.
We don't know shit about the ocean.
Yeah, that's ridiculous to me. It's like we know more about the moon than we do our own oceans. Like really?
Oh yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Well, look how many times we've mapped the surface of the moon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mapping the floor of the ocean is an entirely different ballpark. And they do it, they map it, but I still say that even with the mapping, that doesn't tell you what's down there, because what if something is, how do I put this, able to hide itself from your sonar?
Yeah.
God, Subnautica vibes.
I'm just saying, what if there's a technology that can truly hide something from sonar?
Yeah.
We would never know it existed.
That's one of the theories of why the Bermuda Triangle, this is an outlandish theory, but the reason the Bermuda Triangle is the way it is, why ships and planes disappear, is because there's an underwater alien base there. But really, when you research it, it's like there's insane currents, there's insane storms. It's a shitty area to go through. Don't go through there, you know. So, but that whole
it's a nightmare. There's a reason. I believe the reason is that it's the Bermuda Triangle. I think that the reason that all the theories about it being portal to hell and everything have to do with the very fact that it is so vibrant inside.
Well, here's the thing that killed it for me.
The Bermuda Triangle.
When you do hard research on it, they tell you that it's 1 million square miles. It's like 1 million square miles is huge, you dumbass. Like a lot of things can happen in 1 million square miles.
Right.
You know, like that's huge. Like, of course ships are gonna sink and stuff's gonna happen. It's 1 million square miles.
Especially if there are magnetic anomalies, etc.
Yeah, those ley lines, that kind of stuff makes me wonder. You ever heard of ley lines?
Well, like from what reports I've heard of situations where people got within the Bermuda Triangle and made it out in one piece or whatever, their instruments always went haywire.
Yeah, the only one I really know of is that guy in that plane that was in like a Cessna 4-seater, 2-seater, and he was flying through, and there was this storm, and then he went through this kind of circular.
Oh, the one think
The one
where the
he fr-
description that he gave described going through a wormhole, basically,
Yeah,
because he
yeah.
suddenly appeared where he shouldn't have been.
Yes, and what should have
Yeah.
taken like an hour or some only took 20
Right.
minutes.
Took like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
know
was
that's what
fascinating.
you're talking about.
Yeah,
He
fascinating.
took a multi-hour trip in less than an hour, and he can verify when he left and arrived by ground station records.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. He was in Florida in like no time. He's like, WTF.
Right.
I didn't have that term back then.
You
but
know, here's a theory I have about that tunnel that he went through, right?
Yeah.
What if it's a very high-speed jet stream of some kind that pushed his plane forward at an ungodly speed, thus
I don't know.
bringing him to his destination
Or
in a much
maybe
faster time?
maybe the ionosphere and water and lightning and all this shit.
But you see what I'm saying, right? Like
Yeah,
a really
yeah,
powerful
totally.
tailwind.
Yeah, or I mean
can see that.
maybe wormholes are actually a real thing. I mean, maybe under the right circumstances they do form.
Yeah.
You know?
Hard to say.
But I think a lot of those stories that come out are bullshit, you know? Like there's the story of the person who went through the Bermuda Triangle and then she's radioing back. She's like, I can't see anything. Miami isn't even here. Where am I? I'm in another dimension. It's like, get out of here. You know? There's so many stories. It's just like, yeah, that's a good story, but that's just, it's like, yeah, right. You know?
What I don't get, and this is what frustrates me, because for the last 20 years or more, we've had remote submersible technology.
Yeah.
Why haven't people just started sending remote submersibles down into the Bermuda Triangle to see what's down there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question.
Why aren't
People
we
have.
studying?
There's not an unusual number of shipwrecks there.
Yeah. And the thing is, the underwater currents are insane. Like, your ship could sink in one area, and the underwater currents are so gnarly, it'd take your ship 50 miles somewhere else. Like, it's insane.
Oh, right. I see what you're saying.
Insane currents. So, and then...
But they have gone. See, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't think anybody ever actually did that.
But then there's
People
also...
actually do a lot of underwater searching there because that's also where the trade fleets went through.
Yeah.
And where's all that sunken Spanish gold?
Wow, you graduated to World of Warships Commander.
I see. So they were searching
Hey,
for
Owen.
galleons. Ooh, that looked like it hurt.
Our carrier is not moving,
How are you all doing?
so this battle will not end.
Wait, why?
He has to go to the exit.
Oh.
But he's a juvenile idiot. The more with a passion in my fucking mood.
Shoot, your carrier is in the bot.
I will say, I did like how when they made Stargate Atlantis, they took advantage of those theories about Antarctica to make that series. Thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. it's amazing the reverse engineering in this country goes anywhere because of how
How are you doing?
compartmentalized everything is.
I'm doing okay, Owen.
It's all compartmentalized so much, and then you can only get access to another area unless you absolutely have to. And then they give you BS info. They'll tell you like 90% of the truth and 10% of something just completely bullshit. Like they're from this planet and there's spaghetti monsters. And then if you go and repeat that info, they can trace it right back to you because they told you it's spaghetti monsters. Like 80% of the info is actual truth, but then there's this small percentage that's BS. It's just so
Me too.
weird.
I had
Our
to fill up
government's
my
so
water
weird,
bottle
man.
for the third time because
just-
every time
I-
it's full, it magically empties itself.
Oh, yeah, that
and-
explains why majority of them are on the files.
But it's like this technology could change like all of humankind.
You're not
but-
wrong, Mitch. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it could change. But it's a national security thing. Can't let China get it. Can't let Korea get it.
Right.
Yeah. The thing that bothers me though is like I wouldn't be surprised if they have technology out there that like could. Like technology that makes our average vehicle just look like a total archaic piece of shit. Or they probably have technology that could absolutely cure cancer. You know?
Probably.
It's just, yeah, I know, and that's disturbing. That's not out to the
But
public.
they're not going to
but-
release it in
No.
a timely manner. It'll take time before they
Yeah.
ever get close to it.
Well, when it comes down to it,
Well,
dude,
it's just like look at the technology we used to get what's his face, the ugly bastard from Venezuela.
yeah,
Nobody was shot. Everybody on their side that went down to an invisible weapon that they couldn't. They had no clue what was hitting them.
yeah.
Because we were using the what is it called? LRAD.
LRAD.
Something like that. Yeah. And now we've got battleships that shoot fucking laser beams out their front end. I'm not joking.
Yeah, I know.
We have a mounted laser on the front of a battleship now.
Yeah, it can drop flying crafts from so far away. You know who
Yeah,
created that?
yeah.
It was Tesla who created that. And he said, you guys can either use this that can drop airplanes from 100 miles away, or you can create the atom bomb, which is not good for anybody. And we chose to go with the atom bomb. And then when he died, they took, like, the FBI went into his room immediately and took all of his chests, got into his safe, and they learned everything. Like, he had the schematics for, like, cell phones back in, like, the early 1900s, but couldn't, like, actually make it because material science was not there yet. Material science being, like, you know, computers and technology and stuff.
Oh,
Like, that guy's the smartest man ever, I
You
think.
want to know
Him
what
and
blows
Da
my
Vinci.
mind?
What's that?
Speaking
A lot of
of
things?
material science. No,
Mhm.
this is specifically regarding material science.
Mhm.
We all know what a transistor is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It was
Here's something
tubes
I
before
find
that.
Very fascinating. Yeah, well, here's something I find fascinating.
We went to
from
tubes to Yeah,
to
exactly.
transistors.
Yes,
And
yes.
then we shrunk the transistors until they're only about 4 atoms in
Yes.
width.
Yes. And then didn't
4
we also
atoms.
Yeah, and then we
Why?
also come up with like fiber wire at that same point and Kevlar and lasers.
I'm just saying though that you're talking a couple atoms. Now,
Yeah.
That's the size of a molecule, dude.
And all
a
that tech
transistor the size of a molecule. That's
all
what
that-
we use in our CPUs now.
Yes, and all that technology came about in the 50s, and supposedly they got it all from the Roswell crash in 47. Like, that crashed, and they reverse engineered it, and that's how they came up with Kevlar and fiber optics and all this shit. And then people say,
I'm just
well,
saying, that's when you think about that scale, though, a
Yeah.
couple atoms.
yeah,
thickness.
but supposedly
And
that's where we got
what
it from.
a transistor in
Yeah.
our CPU is. It's the size of a molecule.
Yeah, because my grandma
It's like,
talks about it.
oh my
She's,
god,
yeah,
technology is truly insane.
yeah, because like my grandma talks about it. We had to go. Oh man, the tube and the TV would go out. We had to go to the general store and get a
Yeah,
tube.
yeah.
You know. And so the
Wow,
transducer-
your grandma talks about that. I used to do that.
Rob was born in 1897, just so everybody knows. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm guessing the radar systems use a lot of tubes then, huh, Rob?
Well, supposedly
No, the
is one
radar
of the reasons
systems
it
didn't
crashed.
use very many old electronics because they were built in the initial ones were built in the 60s, but the ones I worked on were built mostly in the 80s and 90s.
And supposedly the radar is why the aliens crashed, why they crashed during and have crashed since. Because people think like, well, they're so advanced, why the hell would they crash? I guess there's something supposedly about our radar that fucks up their systems, and that's what causes them to crash, and they weren't aware of that. Yeah, there's something about something we have.
That's no different than what we were just talking about with the laser weapon on the front of the battleship that can take down a drone from God knows how far away.
Yeah.
It's a technology that sends a signal and receives a signal. So I could see it interfering with other technologies that send and receive signals.
Yeah, and that's something that is totally understandable. And then when you like watch, I love the film Signs, but it's like, really, the aliens came to planet Earth and they were affected by rain to the point where it killed them, and they didn't know that.
They came to Earth, but they're allergic to water.
Another YouTube stream where I watch.
Exactly.
A planet that is 2/3 water.
Security guard type on an Air
Wait
Force
a minute.
base.
Well, that's basically what
He
War
also
of the Worlds
sometimes
was
did the
about.
work
They
of
came
military
here,
police.
and a simple enzyme,
Yeah.
a simple little enzyme that was harmless to us was deadly to them.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't have known about a germ.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. They wouldn't know.
I mean, like the whole thing with the whole thing with Signs is just like, come on, like they're obviously like, how would they not know our planet
I've never
rains and
seen
it?
Science.
Oh, what?
How do you not know the planet you're invading is 2/3 water?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, we know what planets have water from billions of light years away by looking at the aura of the atmosphere to see what colors are in it.
Exactly.
How the hell would they not know that our planet is covered in water?
Exactly, dude. Exactly. I love that film, but that is just like a major hole in that whole, storyline. It's like, what? Really?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. They would know. They'd have to.
Yeah. I mean, it's so
Because that's
stupid.
how we find life on other planets, is by looking for water.
I mean,
then
that's-
we look for water. When we find water, we look for methane and other gases that are produced by life, and that's how we find whether a planet has life or not.
Yeah.
And it's all by the colors that are reflected in the atmosphere
Yeah.
that tells us that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Because each
So,
element
but like, I
creates
mean,
a different color in the spectrum in the atmosphere.
So I mean, it's like if they spent millions, billions of dollars to come to our planet and didn't know that rain kills them. That's like we spent millions and billions of dollars to go to the moon, but didn't take into account that the Van Allen radiation belt is incredibly deadly to humans and all technology. Like, we should know that shit first. As should they.
Yeah.
They should know about the water. Like, it's fucking stupid. I love that guy's movies, but at the same time, I think, like, after Sixth Sense, it's like, just give up. You're fucking irritating me. It's like, god damn it, M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong, however you say his name.
I honestly, for me, The Sixth Sense was whatever.
Do you remember first seeing it in the theater? You're like, oh my
whatever.
Yeah, but remember seeing it like first in the theater and you're like, oh my god, he's been dead the whole time. Well, seeing it wherever, in your bathroom, in the bathtub, I mean, I'm just talking about like when you see it, you're like, dude, he's been dead the whole time. He doesn't even know he's a ghost. That was kind of a cool twist. I gotta admit.
Military, specifically Army, kind of like security type work at an Air Force
that's pretty
base.
good.
God, I'm pretty sure it was the biggest one in Iraq. One of the. Yeah, So
Yeah,
did
no,
MP
I,
work?
I agree with you. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong doesn't really do it for me when it comes to films. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather watch that than, you know, like Jersey Housewives or some shit, obviously.
I'd rather watch a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, thank you.
Okay,
That's
Owen.
enjoyable.
If you're talking about the ones from the 90s, those are gold, brother. Those are gold.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Do you remember growing up with those? Like, I remember as a kid, like, this is the coolest shit ever. So
I
good.
grew up on the OG.
I would say Air Force Base in Iraq, probably Balad.
Was there Ninja Turtles?
He had to deal with the occasional rowdy group of Marines.
Got that. First and second Ninja Turtles, so good. So good. Oh, fire, man.
Off to bed,
Yeah,
night
dude,
Rob.
I still remember playing. I don't remember the
Good
name
night,
of it.
Doug.
It's
You
an
have a good one.
arcade-
Thanks for coming
An
out.
arcade game of the Ninja Turtles. Have a nice night, Soka. It was one of the, I think it might have been the first arcade game of Ninja Turtles. But oh my god, I'm sick. I loved that game. That game was so much fun.
Was that the
It's a
one that was
side
on
scroller.
Nintendo?
I don't know exactly
It's
where
an
it was.
arcade. It's a side
It's somewhere around the area of Baghdad. Pretty sure he said, like not too far away from the city.
That's definitely Balad then.
I know what you're talking about. I remember that. Okay.
It's a fun game.
Okay, so I got a
Fighting
question.
against Bebop and Rocksteady and Shredder, all of them.
Shredder, man. Hell yeah. Do you remember the arcade days? There was that sniper game where you actually like held the sniper and like looked through a scope. And it was just like plastic rifle and stuff.
Yep.
Like,
I
dude.
don't think I played that one.
Who said yep? Did somebody
That
say
was
yep?
me.
Rob.
Dude, you remember
Yeah,
playing
he
that? That
also
shit
had to
was
deal
so
with some
cool.
car
It was
bombs,
like,
so it's in a while, and
I
the
don't know what it was
occasional person
called.
trying to breach
But you
through
just
the
were like
checkpoint.
this sniper. You got this like, they had this like realistic rifle, and you actually looked through the scope to snipe bad guys.
Yeah, and also,
Oh my
I had
God,
to deal
dude.
with some rock.
Yeah,
mortar
dude, it
attacks.
was. Yeah, like back in the '90s, I was like, holy crap, this is pretty fucking advanced. You know.
A light gun game, then. That's what that was.
What's that? Yeah, what's that 2D kind of side scroller game? Isn't it? God damn it.
There were
You're
so
like-
many of them, I don't know which one you're talking about.
I know, man. I could.
There was a bunch
Oh,
of
wow.
old side-scrolling shooters where you used light guns.
It was
back
that
in the
like.
day.
It was. I feel like it had gun in its name, but it was like classic. You'd like play as a soldier, and you'd be like running along shooting shit. And, man,
The
it was like
It's one of the
Commando?
reasons why I hate autocorrect.
Yeah,
This
it might have
reason
been
makes
that.
It sound like
Might
I
have been.
don't know
Or,
how to speak English even now.
or,
I'm from the very English
Zero, do you
speaking
remember
part of
that
America
driving
called New
game?
York.
What was that racing game that was always on arcade that everybody loved?
Motorbike racing.
Oh! No,
something,
no, no.
something World Tour.
San Francisco.
Yeah,
San Francisco Rush.
yeah, dude. That was everywhere growing up. You go to the bowling
Fuck
alley
yeah,
and
dude.
it's playing that. You go to the arcade, everyone's playing that. Yeah, I remember that. God, some
San
of those.
Francisco Rush. Pretty sure that was it.
I wasted so many quarters. I mean,
I'm gonna look.
I could probably put like a down payment on a house. How many quarters I wasted? Like, jeez.
Battleship destroyed.
And then there's that taxi game. You had to be a taxi driver. Man,
Oh, that's
okay.
San
And Heinz-
Francisco Rush Extreme Racing.
Yeah.
And it was a
yeah.
1997 release for that arcade.
Dude, that old.
And you sat in this chair. You sat in
Yeah.
a chair with a
Yep.
steering wheel, a gas
Yep, yep.
pedal, a brake pedal, a clutch pedal, and a 5-speed shifter.
Yeah, I sucked ass at the clutch pedal as a kid, but yeah,
Oh,
dude, that game.
I always ran it in manual. I would only
I ju-
drive it manually.
I just went to automatic as a kid. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Good times though.
Oh, dude, I love that game. That was a
Me
fun
too.
game.
Yeah.
I played it on Nintendo 64 way before I ever played it in the arcade.
I feel like there was another one though. There was another racing game that was like in every pizza parlor and Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's that called?
Something like Grand Tour.
America.
Well,
I thought it was something America.
I know the sit-down Pac-Man was in every Pizza Hut.
Dude, Pac-Man started it all, pretty much. I mean, people say Atari, yeah, the Pong, but like Pac-Man is what I like. That's what that was like the first thing I ever played, and I was like, holy shit, this is so cool. This is gaming. I want to do more of this. Pac-Man's what really got me started. And then I got Nintendo and played Mario, and then I played Duck Hunt, and I was like, whoever made this game.
Cruisin' USA, that was
Cruisin', yes, that's it.
Yeah, Cruisin' USA.
Dude,
and then there was the F-15 game. What was it called?
I'll be right back. I got another phone call.
Ah, fuck.
There was the F-15 version where you sat down in the cockpit and you flew the F-15.
That was in Cruisin' USA?
No, there was a Cruisin' USA. You sat in the car and you drove the race. There was there was a game where you flew an F-15 where you sat in the game and you flew the F-15, and it moved you around while you were playing.
I think wasn't John Connor playing that in like the second Terminator? He's like flying around in that seat.
No, he's at a stand-up game.
I thought he was sitting in there, and his friend comes up. He's like, "This cop's looking for you. You better get after him, man." You know?
I think they're near one of those machines, but he's at a stand-up game when they're in the arcade.
I forget. I shouldn't forget. I own that movie. It's so great.
Yeah, I have a copy.
I love the first one, but the second one, James Cameron. I tell you, man, I actually really respect the shit out of that guy because he was a truck driver and he went to, what was it, like LA, like this like LA library. I don't know. It was some kind of like school library that was all about like film and arts. And on his spare time, he just went there and taught himself everything. Like, that is so cool to me. And like, he's like, I'm tired of being a truck driver. I'm just going to get into this film thing. And then like some of his, like, I watched Terminator 2 like last year. And that guy who turns into the liquid silver, like, that is still good.
Robert Patrick.
Dude, he did such a good job, man. Such a good job as that. And he also said he practiced very hard at not blinking ever because he's like, when a robot fires a gun, it shouldn't blink, you know? So
he had to run without breathing.
Dude, oh my God, man. The running he did in that film makes me tired just watching it. Fuck. Sprinting his ass off. And the officer clothes as well, you know? Like, good God, man. Did such a good job. Well, when you're in like a police officer uniform that's blacked out in California, probably not that easy. I'd be sweating my bollocks off. I don't know.
I mean, you got Rob here. He's a prime example. He's wearing so much gear that he had to sprint with it in the middle of combat.
Oh,
Thanks.
Man. And then if they're anything like hell divers, if they jump down over 7 feet, their ankles break. It's terrible.
Pussy diver.
That pisses me off so much about that game.
For those of you watching, what I just did there is I turned my anti-aircraft guns off until that group of planes came in real close. Then I turned them back on and directed all of them to fire to that side of the ship. Because if that scout plane gets away, we face extra ships later in the battle.
Okay, I'm back again.
Welcome back.
I'm Rob.
But yeah, Cruisin' USA is one of those ones that was everywhere. As I was starting to say when I got interrupted by my phone call.
Yeah.
And then there's other ones too, like there was Ridge Racer,
Yeah.
Night Club, Burnout, Flat Out,
Oh, Midnight Club.
Outrun,
Oh, God.
Need for Speed, all of
Smuggler's
those are
Run?
famous arcade. Horizon Chase Turbo, never heard of that one before. Heard of Flat Out though. Yeah, my daughter's speaking up the series, calling to let me know about what's happening. Because apparently they didn't know they were supposed to call me and notify me of incidents that happened. They thought they only had to notify CPS, and then they read notes and realized that they were calling me as well. So.
Oh, I'm surprised they actually read, like some people.
The ship is on fire.
Oh, that's too funny.
Torpedoes to start.
She got attacked yesterday, but she's okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Dude, my girl is tall. She takes after her dad. She's 5'7" and 3/4 or something like that already. And she's turning 13 in July.
Jesus.
She's already taller than her grandma. And her mom, but she outgrew her mom and her grandma. But then I'm 6'4", so you can kind of see where she gets it.
Nope, can't imagine where she gets it from.
Holy shit, that's depressing.
Chime in on that.
Oh, sorry. No, I just hooked up. God, fuck. I just hooked up my Series X and then, like, realized there was a bunch of Nala's, like, hair down there. And just brought up a bunch of memories. Tell you, man, dogs, they just don't live long enough. Fucking
No,
sucks.
they don't.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
God.
They do not.
But hey,
They don't
when
live
the
long
time
enough
does
at all.
come, at least she'll be waiting for you.
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope she greets me.
She
Oh,
will.
she definitely.
I hope she greets me to the pearly gates. Why does heaven have gates, by the way? Are they trying to keep people out of their pool or something?
Because they have an immigration policy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
right.
Exactly, dude. That's exactly what I was always thinking. Like,
The
what the hell?
immigration policy, that's great.
They
I
do.
love it.
Oh no.
Oh,
These are-
that's too funny.
These are for certain people, and they.
Well, you know what's funny about that? If you go by the Mormon point of view, heaven is just a duplicate Earth. Not even joking.
That's according to the Mormons.
Yep. According to the Mormons, when you die and go to heaven, you go to a duplicate of Earth.
Well, that makes me think of two things. When you say that, it immediately makes me think that life is like high school, or is like school. You know how you go like 12 years of school, you go through like elementary school, middle school, high school, and then you graduate? Maybe life is like that. Maybe you have to go through 12 different lifetimes or something. You know, like 12 to... like you have to go through these different lifetimes in order to appreciate life. Maybe we're all born into a race that is godlike. And in order to not be an arrogant piece of shit, we have to understand suffering and go through these lifetimes. Or maybe it's just forced reincarnation, you know? Like maybe more like the Mormons are just talking about forced reincarnation, which would suck, you know?
But that's what they believe. They believe that it's literally a replica of Earth.
That sucks.
That heaven is basically a duplicate Earth where everything is perfect all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that doesn't suck so bad. I like
about it.
perfect all the time.
So it's Earth, but without all the downsides, without all the depression and the killing and everything else.
All right.
But yeah,
I'm in a
I
fucking
always thought that was
minefield.
interesting.
So it's an Earth with no Amy Schumer. There's no Bob Saget.
That's
I don't know
good.
who that is, but okay.
No Hillary Clinton. I want
Oh,
this.
jeez.
Or Donald Trump.
Yeah, I don't know. No, he still exists. It doesn't matter. He's always there.
The only thing I will say about Trump is that I hated him during his first term, and then in his second term, when he came back and became president again, he won.
No!
Hull breach. We're taking on water quickly. Critical engine damage.
But the reason I say that is during his first term, he didn't do shit. During his second term, now suddenly he's doing everything.
Where the
right.
fuck did that minefield come from? You know where it didn't come from? This taco.
Back from shower.
Taco? What taco?
Still
one on
working,
my plate?
friend. Smiley face.
Oh, yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Make me hungry. I might have to go get my pizza.
Welcome back, Kayla.
I do need to make my pizza. My oven's on. I forgot all about it. Holy shit! I need to get my pizza in. The oven. Damn.
I'm surprised.
Christ, man. Don't forget about the pizza. Mitch and I are. We're
gonna
pizza.
see.
Dude, we know more about pizza than the guy who invented pizza. His name was John Pizza.
John Pizzeria.
John Pizzeria, that was his name. Alfonso
And
Gerardo.
his cousin Giuseppe Mozzarella.
Yes, exactly. What a guy.
Mozzarella penis.
That probably exists somewhere.
Yeah, probably on another planet.
Nope, nope.
Nope. I hope not.
I think if you lived in Italy and you looked up some stuff, you might find the mozzarella thing you were just referring to.
At this point, wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, man, I know. It's just weird. The older I get, I'm just surprised less and less. Strange. It's like, am I losing my empathy? Am I like less empathetic? Like, I don't know. I don't think so.
It's hard to stay empathetic as you age.
It is, isn't it? Well, thank you. I'm glad you just reaffirmed that. You know?
I don't know. For me, I'm. But then again, I'm a very emotional guy, so.
Yeah, me
not
too.
count. Because for me, empathy is not an issue so much. But
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm a very emotional guy. So
Yeah.
I cry during movies, TV shows, video games.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's okay to cry.
I scream at them. I scream at them. I'll be like, "You fucking idiot!" Blah blah blah. Screaming at a fucking character in a video or a movie or a video game.
No.
Oh yeah.
You're mistaking sympathy for empathy. Sympathy's easy to have. You're sympathetic for the suffering of others.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm empathetic.
But the empathy is easy to lose. You don't care about the morons who are causing you irritation.
Wow.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Thought about it that way.
All right, so sympathy is feeling sorrow or pity for someone's misfortune, often from a detached perspective such as saying, "I'm sorry you're going through that." Empathy
putting
is
yourself in
feeling.
their shoes.
Empathy is feeling with someone by understanding and sharing their emotional experience, which fosters deeper connection, while sympathy focuses on the observer's feelings. Empathy requires imagining the other person's perspective. That's cool.
Right. Yep.
Interesting. So it's good to be both.
If you're empathetic enough, like I am,
Yeah.
like you feel what other people feel very strongly, and it affects you strongly.
Sometimes it affects me like a lot, man. I just like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've had my life so easy overall, and then I think of other people, and it's just like, oh my god, I feel so terrible for them, and it's like there's nothing I can do about that. It drives me nuts sometimes, you know. Whether someone like, man, I just hate that feeling of being helpless. Like when my 13-year-old brother had brain cancer, or you know, like whatever it is. I don't want to be helpless. I want to be able to help people. Ugh, that angers me so much.
Oh, that's
And I just
empathy.
can't.
I hear that.
Yeah, I want to help people. I want people to be as happy as I am. I want them to feel good, you know? It's like life has enough times where you feel like shit. Like, it's like, man.
Right.
There needs to be more hugs too. God damn it. More hugging.
Oh yeah. No, I would agree. I would agree with that.
Now,
Hugging is awesome.
Going to hug people at random.
I remember there was this one time I was just kind of hanging out solo for a long time. I didn't really talk to anyone or do anything, except for maybe family, and that was about it. But I was just mainly just solo for like 6 months, just kind of did my own thing. And I remember there was a friend of mine, this lady friend of mine, I hadn't seen for a long time. We were talking, she gave me a big hug at the end, and I was like, oh my God, like this is what I'm like, I need this in my life. Like humans aren't meant to be alone. Like we're meant to embrace each other and be around each other and stuff like that. I mean, it's healthy to be content with yourself being alone. That's good. Like you don't want to be codependent. I have to be around someone. I have to, you know, have to have this, have to have that. Yeah. But I mean, overall, I think like humans, they're social creatures, you know.
Most humans. Some of us, however, can't stand being around people, period, because it makes us feel like we need to crawl out of our skin because we're so anxious and nervous.
Yeah, and that's understandable unless it goes to the point where you're like a psychopath or something.
I think
crazy.
everybody needs to be comfortable enough
like me,
being alone.
I never leave my house unless I'm going shopping or going to the doctor's or going to see my daughter. Otherwise, I don't leave my house. I have 2 friends here in town. That's it. Just 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
I think everybody needs to be comfortable enough that being alone doesn't become off-putting.
Yeah, exactly.
But capable of being around others.
Yes.
And the key to being around others comfortably means that you can sit in silence with somebody else and not feel awkward.
Yeah, and another thing I feel personally is listening. Just shut the fuck up and listen. Some people just want to talk and they need an outlet. Just listen.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's not all about you. So, you know, it's like sometimes just listen to people. I mean,
You're right. It's not all about you. I'm the main character.
Yeah, exactly. It's Rob Standard time, for Christ's sake.
Rob Anal time.
Nah, listening goes a long way, though, man.
But along with what I said, I will admit though that it is very lonely living there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you have as many problems dealing with someone like me, you kind of can't help but just stay to yourself and stay.
There's a quote I like from Tom Hardy. He once said, "Being alone for a while is dangerous. It's addictive. Once you see how peaceful it is, you don't even want to deal with people anymore."
Yeah, I know what he means there. Yeah, I can relate to that.
I can understand. I can relate to that part. is peaceful, but like I miss when I was younger and had more friends to hang out with because I always had something to do.
Oh yeah, I remember my teens and 20s, man. I was playing so many gigs as a drummer and jamming out with so many people, having house parties. And I had this cool ass house that was like 3-bedroom, backyard, garage, and a big ass basement. And we could jam till 3 a.m. because we were technically in a industrial area. It wasn't residential. And plus and plus jamming in the basement, we were like 8 feet underground, so you can't really hear shit outside.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my god, those were such good times. I miss that stuff. Hold on one second.
I'm gonna mute myself so I can go down. I'll be back in a few, guys.
Alright.
I don't know why he always mutes himself when he's got to use a little brill cream.
I'm gonna use what? What was that?
Brill cream.
Mute myself
Little
while-
dab will do you.
Wait, say that again. I missed the first part.
Brill cream. A little dab will do you. It sucks being the oldest person in the room sometimes.
Why is that?
Because nobody understands you.
Ah.
Boy, I hope somebody's going after that carrier over there.
That's funny, you're playing with your 45 and I'm doing the same thing. In a way, in this game so I can earn reloading XP.
I'm not playing with my 45. I just locked my door.
Playing with the 45, locking your door, it's the same thing.
Did the door lock sound like a 45 chambering?
Hell yeah. In my ear.
You're thinking 45. What are we thinking of this app? Music to the ears.
That's funny because I'm reloading my scrap shot pistol and it's doing the exact same sound you're doing. It's so iconic. And now that it's level 10 reloading, I can now reload it a lot faster now, and less clumsy, which is nice. I like the little details. At first, you're a scientist, you don't know how to reload, so you're really clumsy at it. Like when you load the 9mm, like when you put the magazine in, you kind of hit the side of it, where it's like, oh shit. And you can insert it in. For the next reload. Yeah, and then once you hit level 10, you're less clumsy. Reloading, so now your character's getting familiar with weapons, you're like, oh yeah.
Alright, sorry I got distracted with that last conversation. My brother called me. Oh man, I love my brother, but I don't know, honestly, how much longer he's gonna be alive with the way he's going.
Is he still doing that?
Is he reckless?
No, he's not, but that shit fucked him up bad. And then because he's got because he's like, you can only have so many seizures and then it's not good. And he's, or not seizures, but concussions. And he's had quite a few concussions. And then he recently like dropped acid and the effects lasted for like a month. It's like, dude, what are you thinking? You know? Oh my god. I mean,
You mean like withdrawals?
Took acid, like
what the fuck?
LSD. Yeah. tripped
Oh,
out.
Jesus
He,
Christ.
he had a real fun time, but he's like, the effects like lasted a long time. And he was real freaked out. I'm like, you know, man, you've had a lot of head injuries and concussions and stuff, and it's probably not good to do that at all. You should probably just stay away from that shit.
Yeah, what is wrong with him?
He's kind of one of those people that has to learn things the hard way, I think.
Some people don't think.
Yeah.
Wow. At least I'm the one that actually thinks before I do stupid shit. It's like, I probably shouldn't do that.
I remember the last.
And then you do it anyway.
Do it anyway.
I remember the last thing he did. He was on this meds, trying to get off alcohol, and this meds helped him with the withdrawals and stuff. And then he drank alcohol while on the meds, which you're not supposed to do, and then like blacked out and drove off the road through a fence into a tree. And it's just like, dude, you're bringing this shit upon yourself. Like, just stop. Like, you know, what's that thing that that Michael Jordan says? Just stop.
Just stop.
Just stop. Yeah.
Get help.
That's what I want to. That's what I want to say to him. Like, fucking seriously, dude. Enough is enough. Like, just stop. Christ, you're gonna kill yourself. You know?
You're gonna accelerate.
Well, which I don't want him to do that, but I don't know, man.
Let that person do it until it's too damn late.
Well, he's on a hard path. Like, when he was, long story. Well, I don't even want to explain the whole story because it's
Long
like.
story short is
Yeah, he was in prison, and when he was in prison for 5 years, Mom died, and I think he just hasn't really like processed that yet. And you know, it's like I'm there for him. I'm down to talk to him anytime. Call me anytime. You know, hang out with me anytime, even though he lives 4 hours away down in Medford, which sucks ass, that place. But it's just like, you know, I'm there for you. Like, I'll drive down there if I have to. It's fine. I got a stupid ass hybrid. It gets really good gas mileage. Like, you know, I don't. But yeah, man, he's just going through some weird stuff in his life. And man, I don't know. Sometimes I think this is gonna be the weirdest thing I've ever said, but sometimes I think my mom was a bit of a compulsive fornicator. She was a little into. She was codependent. She didn't like being alone, and she was always like with someone. And I think she was like.
No, he's capturing.
I don't know. I think she was like addicted to sex or whatever, and I feel like he has that same thing. He doesn't like being alone, and he's like always picking up barflies. And then like recently he's like, oh man, I got an
Barflies. Can you explain that to me? I'm not in with bar.
Women who frequent bars to find partners.
Yeah.
wow. Gotcha.
A chick you find at the bar that goes there all the time. Just kind of an easy hookup. Yeah, man. He's just learning things the hard way. Kind of feel bad.
Not
for him.
Mrs. Right, Mrs. Right now.
I mean, I don't know. There was a last year he called me up. He's like, "Bro, I've got an STD." Blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, because you take random chicks home from the bar and sleep with them. What do you expect? Like, you don't even know who these people are. Like, what? Like, like, come on, man. It's not rocket science here. You know, you shouldn't just sleep with random people that you've met an hour ago. Like, fuck, man. Jesus. It's not hard.
Yeah, I got my own reasons
Like, did-
why I don't go to bars or concerts.
Yeah. Well, it's like, oh, concerts are great. I'm not gonna ignore that. But it's like, I mean, did you pay attention in health class? You know, like wrap yourself up. You know, wrap it up, B. Like,
Apparently
put up.
he didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't understand him. Ugh.
How are we actually supposed to understand our brothers?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't ever experience anything like that. I didn't get myself in those situations. But I don't know. Maybe I'm an old soul. Maybe he's a new soul. You know, he's new and fresh to life and figuring things out and learning the hard way.
I can tell you from experience, there were plenty of people in my day and age that were just like him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird. It's like you love them, but you're like, the common sense just doesn't register. It's like, yeah, it's weird. It's like, why are you doing that?
And some people, like, you could be like me, where, like, your brother, I mean, like,
yeah.
I was an adrenaline junkie, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I was that way my whole life. Until I finally had a bicycle accident where they had to reconstruct the whole left side of my face.
Jesus.
And that's what it ended with.
Jesus.
And that's what it took. It took that for me to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, he has.
My point is, some people won't stop until they are forced to by an uncontrollable situation like having your face reconstructed, for instance.
Which is exactly what happened to him.
Until something like that happens, they're not going to stop.
Yeah, which is exactly what happened to him. He did this bull riding contest where you could potentially win like $5,000 down in Klamath Falls, and I said, "Don't do it, man. It's not a smart idea. You have a kid that you need to take care of. That's more important than fucking bull riding." And he got all pissed at me, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. And sure enough, during that session down there, he gets thrown off his bull, like completely knocked out, smashed his face. They had to life flight him up to Portland, and all that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, and he hasn't done any bull riding since, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna focus on my daughter now, and that's more important than anything."
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the same with me.
Yeah.
Now I've got my daughter to focus on. Back then, all I had was getting my adrenaline fix.
Yeah. Yep. I think he's in the same shoes.
Having my face smashed in and reconstructed for me to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's in that same boat. Yeah. Got to just learn the hard way, I guess.
By adrenaline junkie, what I mean is when I got my face, when I got in that accident, I was going 45 miles an hour on a 21-speed mountain bike, standing up, running in 21st gear down the road at midnight in pitch black darkness.
With no light.
Another gentleman was on his bicycle with no lights, no blinkers, no reflectors, nothing.
What were you guys on?
This other gentleman was doing pretty much the same thing, standing up, running on his bike in 21st gear in my direction, but he was drunk. And he slid into my lane. And when he slid into my lane, our faces collided.
Yeah. That doesn't sound fun.
So my face.
Boy, that's a beautiful battleship.
Miles an hour, and he split his palate right in the center of his two front teeth. And he basically kissed me on the cheek. Is how he hit me. And because where he split his palate is where he hit me on the cheek and put my cheekbone up through my sinus cavity and almost killed me.
Wait, he split his tongue?
No, he split his palate.
Well, the palate is the tongue.
The palate's the top of your mouth.
The roof of your mouth.
I thought the palate was your tongue. That's where you have the different taste sensors.
The roof of your mouth. That part on the top, where you put your finger up there behind your teeth, that's the palate.
Huh.
He split that. And it put my cheekbone through my sinus cavity, and it was within a few millimeters of puncturing my brain and killing me. And
really?
That's so. When I say adrenaline, I mean I was out for adrenaline. Like I climbed cliff walls barehanded for fucking adrenaline. Like that's the type of shit I do, you know. And then when something like that happens, it makes you stop and you look at yourself and you go, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Wait, why the fuck is that palate term always used in the wrong context?
Palate.
Like,
there's
anatomical palate is different than your.
Palate is in your body.
Oh, okay. So I'm talking about
the
palate
in your body is the roof of your mouth. Palate, like tongue palate, would be how you taste things. Your palate.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Because I've as far as tongue goes, like my palate is very
You
different.
can have a
I
messed
think.
up palate or a good palate, etc. Yeah.
Well, I
We're talking
appreciate.
about the roof of your mouth.
Okay, yeah. As far as tongue, I appreciate a lot of like flavors that the average person does not. I've got an interesting palate. I mean, I've worked in a lot of kitchens.
Your brother is probably like me. It'll probably take something like that to finally make him settle down.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. I mean, I don't know. Oh, man. If he wasn't alive in the next 10 years, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, it's like he doesn't know how to. I don't know.
Down a notch.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of weird, like the older I get, it's not death I fear. It's just being alone or being in pain. I don't want to be in prolonged pain. I don't want to be alone. Like, that's the one thing about getting old that is just so unappealing. Like,
I can see that.
Like I've got,
That's similar
general.
to me. Mine's a little different, but
yeah.
Mine's not being alone. Mine is I don't fear death.
Yeah.
I fear being maimed and surviving.
But you have generalized anxiety disorder, don't you?
Yeah. I've got anxiety issues. Yes.
Yeah. And see, like, it's just like being alone and turning into a weirdo that like freaks me out. But like death doesn't really, because then it's like everything's turned off. Do I have anxiety anymore? No, I'm dead. Like I feel like death is probably like the same thing as being when you go through anesthesia, like when you're having your tonsils pulled out or blah blah blah. You're like sitting there trying to stay awake, and then bam, it's black, and that's it. Like I feel like death is probably like that. And like the most I can hope for out of death is that A, it's not prolonged and painful. B, I can say
right.
I can tell my family I love them. And then C, I hope I just kind of go off into a coma and that's it, And it's just easy, smooth like that. Peaceful, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want it to be something like I don't want to be like in the car on fire.
I honestly kind of hope that when I die while I'm asleep. Like I go to sleep one night and just never wake up the next morning.
Yeah, I've thought about
that. Would be the way to go. That would be the way to go.
Yeah.
It would. Because you're not going to feel it. You're not going to experience anything. Because you just went to sleep.
Yeah. But then if this whole experience is a simulation, you'd probably die in your sleep and then just wake up anyway in some other world. Hopefully not. I hope it's not a simulation. But that would be totally like a fucking simulation thing. Oh, he died. We'll just spawn him in a different world somewhere else. In this existence, he's dead. But over here, he woke up. He's still fine. We'll keep him going.
Well, no, what I meant is, I would welcome that. If I die and I wake up in an alien world, wondering where I'm at, and they say, "Oh, well, you were in a simulation," I'll be like, "I get a second life? Like what?"
Dude, that would be crazy.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Insane, dude.
All right, we're missing an enemy battleship.
I think it's more likely that we're in a simulation than this is base reality. I mean, really, is this base reality? This is what base reality is? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, we were in some kind of a simulation. Because, like, a simulation is a consolidation of what is interesting. So if someone's going to create a simulation,
here's a really confusing
they're going to make it, but they're going to make it interesting. They're not going to do a boring
simulation. But it's not a simulation created by it. That it's just naturally occurring. Then what?
Yeah. See, that's one of the theories I've heard about. Like, well, when did God create everything? God created this. God created that. And then I've heard people say, like, well, maybe it's always been here. If this existence has always been here, then God doesn't have a reason to create anything. It's always been here. And I don't know. Sometimes I kind of wonder that, like, same thing about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. With the simulation, it's hard, man. Anything that you think could be programmed, It's just.
Oh, fuck. Try to hit that button. It makes things a lot easier.
One of the most accurate battleships historically hasn't hit shit yet.
Bismarck?
Yep.
Was it really the Bismarck? I was
Really onto that.
thinking the British ship, the Hood, maybe, or something else. But I just threw Bismarck out there.
Bismarck blew the
Bismarck's-
hood up with its second salvo.
You just took the words out of my mouth. If you and Mitch keep reading my mind, I'm reporting you.
Who, the Pockstar? Good luck. They ain't gonna do shit with your fucking flag. They didn't do anything. Only thing they care about is fucking cash exploits.
I was just gonna say they blew the Hood out of the water. God damn. Whew.
Tell the truth.
There's the story of the Reuben James, another ship. Rest in peace.
At 11.5 kilometers, my secondaries just opened up on that poor bastard.
Well, he shouldn't have been sitting there.
You're right, he shouldn't have been.
But no, that's one of those things that popped into my head at the last second. Well, what if it is a simulation, but what if it wasn't created? Like it just somehow
Battleship destroyed.
I don't think a simulation can naturally occur.
Well, okay, like let's say, okay, this may sound a bit out there.
Because it's
sci-fi as well.
simulated.
What if we are actually some kind of entity that, like the avatars in the movie Avatar, can connect with the creatures and plants with their air, for instance?
Mhm.
What if it's something like that, and we connect to something, let's say, that puts us into this virtual world,
Yeah.
and we're stuck there, like, you know?
Yeah.
See what I mean? That's what I mean by naturally occurring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or this whole existence might be like, like schooling. You go through 12 years of schooling, you graduate. Maybe we have to go through 12 different lifetimes and you graduate to something greater. Or maybe we are a drug to another alien entity. We're a drug to maybe we're a drug to another
You've been
like
playing that game too long.
no like maybe
High
your
Life or whatever, what is it called?
maybe your fears and emotions are a drug to something else. We might be in a little like
I can't think of the name now.
we might be in a little tiny universe, man. A little
Do you know the game I'm talking
microverse.
about? They
microverse.
snort humans.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like
High,
we're in a
high on life.
microverse.
That's it. High on life.
Yeah,
You're sounding like High on Life now.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, maybe they're in a we're in a microverse and they use our emotions and feed off that as like some kind of a drug. And positive emotions get them high, but not as much as negative emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody knows. Like who the hell knows why we're here, where we came from? For all I know, I die and I am greeted by a spaghetti monster that is God and his minions of meatballs. Like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a spaghetti monster and meatballs. I don't know. And that's what I accept. I accept I don't know, and that's what I preach. I don't know. I get so fucking tired of people who are preaching this is how it is. If you don't do this, you're gonna burn to death. You're gonna do this. You're like people who are so like.
Well, see, and here's my look at that. Is when it comes to that falls under things that are passed down, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
Who's to say those original storytellers weren't high on something in a magic spell?
Yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah, they might have been high on something. I mean, look at peyote, for example. There is 100,000 some plants down in the Amazon, and the shaman happened to find the 2 plants that make you trip out. Like, how
Well,
did they
peyote
find?
is an American thing. That's not from the Amazon.
All right,
That
maybe
comes
I'm
from
thinking of.
cactus. That's a cactus flower.
Okay, not peyote. What's in the? What is it down there?
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
from
you.
Green.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
How is
So,
it the
like,
sober guy knows all the fucking illicit drugs?
because I've had a lot of beer and weed. So when you take the the thing about like so like if you do one plant, the enzymes in your stomach cancel out the DMT properties, but when you mix the two plants, then you get ayahuasca and you trip out. And I heard it like
Interesting.
you purge these like negative emotions. People who are alcoholics are no longer alcoholics. People who are on who are on antidepressants and anxiety stuff are no longer on that. And there's a place like down in Costa
Really?
Rica. Yeah, there's like a place down in Costa Rica. You pay
God
like
damn, that sounds like a miracle drug. Holy
it
shit.
really does. Yeah, there's a place in Costa Rica where you can go and they like have a shaman that takes care of you, and there's like 3 nights of this and you drink the stuff and all that. And Ron White, the comedian, went down there and stopped
Yep,
drinking
he
because
did.
of it. Yes, he did. And then there was another there was another person, a famous comedian who had bad anxiety, who went down there and did it, and he was like, I don't have to take any meds anymore, you know. Like, and it's crazy. And they asked the shaman, how did you find out that these 2 plants like work together to do this? And they're like, because of DMT. Supposedly in the DMT trips, there was like some kind of beings or something that told them. That's what they that's what they constantly say is like during these DMT trips there was some kind of entity or being that told us about this other plant. And like even Harvard has done studies on DMT. DMT is really interesting. They think it's in the pineal gland in the center of your brain. They think it might cause dreaming. Like that's and it's in your brain is flooded. Yeah, your brain's flooded with it when you die, when you're born. And so like I don't know, DMT and like Harvard had this study where they had people on a continuous DMT drip so they could trip for a prolonged period, and everybody talked about encountering these same beings. There was like these same kind of beings, but they were all interested in your well-being. They called you out on your bullshit. They were like, I don't know, like other like other
spirit guide?
yeah, like other dimensional beings that are like, hey, we care about you, we love you, and we're here to get you on the right path. Pull your head out of your ass. And like Joe Rogan even talked about it because he was like, I was taking myself too seriously, and then I did that, and there was all these there was all these entities that were laughing at me and being like, take yourself too seriously. Like,
those ships out there just appeared when I was seconds away from being able to fix my ship.
Yeah, DMT's fascinating. I've done it once, but like I think it's like 2 plants and like you get that epic trip. I'd like to try that.
The only time I've ever tripped on a drug per se
Mushrooms
was twice. Well, mushrooms is the good one.
Yeah, it is.
The first one, I was a teenager and I was huffing gas.
What the fuck, man? That's hardcore.
I started seeing, I swear I was fly because I was seeing 8 of everything, dude.
Damn.
And then when I did shrooms, I didn't feel myself walking.
All right, hold on, guys.
It
Hold
felt
on.
like I was floating.
Hold on. I want to thank everybody for coming out for the up to 2.5 hours we've been out here on the World of Warships. I hope everybody had a good time because I certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. I'll be back tomorrow right around midday with some Hell Divers. So until then, take care, everybody. Check in on friends and family. Make sure everybody's doing okay. I'm
Don't do
Rob.
drugs.
Thanks for gaming with RP.
We love you. Sleep well.
Night, everyone. Anyway. I
That's
couldn't
funny,
feel
Rob.
myself
You were about
walking.
to say see a thief for a second.
I honestly felt like and thought that I was floating through the air because I could not feel myself walking.
And
And
that's
I
for
could
shrooms?
hear, and my hearing increased.